Mic check, mic check, mic is on. I was gonna stream way earlier than this, but it took me 60 fucking years to get the stream, not the stream, to get, what is it called? To get, why can't I move? Oh, here we go. To get, Instagram stuff scheduled. Then some rug cleaning had to be done. So, I was gonna start way earlier, but some things came up. Also, starving. Kind of just realized it's been 4 hours since I've ate. And realistically, I didn't eat as much as I had wanted. I made me a delightful breakfast. 3 large pineapple slices with coconut water, drenched in coconut water. Crap is magical. If you never tried that before, man, shoot, dude. Get some coconut water, some pineapples, slice the pineapples up, and then just let it sit and marinate in some coconut water. Crap is amazing. And then I had me some little sausages, 2 little sausages with a side of eggs, but I think one of the eggs were bad because those eggs did not taste great in comparison to the eggs I made yesterday. On my finger, because I popped my nail from my dang pinky finger, which fucking hurt. Now it's dumb sensitive. Like a little fucking tag of skin left that's sticking out from where the nail was. I let my nails get a little too long on accident. I've been busy, so I ain't cut them. And then as soon as I'm like, oh, let me cut my nails, I went to grab the chair so I could sit down. I went to grab the chair, slipped out of my dang hands, and the nail I was just about to cut, instead of it getting cut, it got popped. That crap hurt. Alright, well, as the thumbnail and the title says, okay, I'm about to do some little photos here because I'm chilling. It's a Friday. I ain't really gonna be doing much else tonight. I'm gonna be chilling, doing some photos. I'm probably doing this with my 3 OG characters. So we on OGV right now with a new hairstyle, as you saw by the thumbnail. I got this hair exclusively for her because it's thick. It's as thick as fur. This character's supposed to have thick hair, you know. She's half native, half Greek, so it only makes sense to have very thick hair. Those are 2 races of people who have thick, dark hair. I don't know why I got the Mustang here. It was for the thumbnail, but I didn't even end up using it. There's a couple of other new items I had got. A lot of new poses. Honestly, I just got it all for this stream. Matter of fact, though, I did not check to see if any of the guns work. So let's go back to the crib real quick. And I got her a new sword. Saying for those who don't know, for those who might be who are in the stream right now or coming to stream later. This is this character that we're on right now. This is OGV. She is the first character I ever created back when Cyberpunk had first dropped. She has always been a melee build. I made her a melee build first thing because I knew this game being, once I learned that this game was first person, I knew for a fact I was not going to be able to shoot that well. I cannot shoot in any game that's first person and not Call of Duty. My shooting is always terrible. I was like, you know what, if we can do melee, I'm gonna make her a melee build. And it turns out that ended up being one of the best options I made for this character, because now that's her whole style. Let's see, guns. Did the new stuff work? Had to have, because I'm seeing some stuff I ain't never seen before. Whatever the heck this thing is. The Glock we just got. I added the Glock back because a lot of my characters was rocking Glocks. But I lost it because the old pack was the old mod I had was a replacer. And then we got this big old Russian joint right here. The Stechkin APS. It's a full auto Soviet pistol. Okay, so guns worked. Let's check the attachments. Suppressors worked. See, before all I had was Uzi suppressors and the Mag 7. I'm like, that's cool, but I need a bit more than that. Now, I got a bunch of other joints too. Alright, boom. Let me see. What are the new outfits I had grabbed? There was 2. With one issue though. Now that I'm remembering, the one outfit is not going to match not a single one of the characters I'm getting on, so might have a special appearance from Japanese V. Let's see though, the one is a suit. Should be perfect for this character, I believe that's here. R10. Okay, hold on, let me block the screen real quick just in case. I want blue. I'm looking for the blue. Perp, that's alright, but I'm looking for blue. Pinstripe might work though. Got 2 new pose packs as well. Okay, let me go with the pinstripe. The pinstripe is clean. I think it'll match her quite nice. No, I'm dumb. I should save this suit for Mexico V. That is definitely going to be more of an outfit for her. This character, you know, this character's a real hood character, you know. Let's see, though. Let me build an outfit for this character I've never made her wear before. I'm going to go with... Matter of fact... Where's these at? Where's these dang... I forgot who made these pants. I got a little snack here, but it's gonna be kind of hard to eat and stream at the same time. I should have ate before I started streaming. I didn't think about it. Shoot. Oh, that's right. Oh no, never mind. I already said that. The egg, one of the eggs was bad, so the eggs taste bad. So realistically, all I had for breakfast was fucking 2 sausages and a couple of slices of pineapples. Which, as you could imagine, not the most filling meal. Tasty, that's for sure, but not the most filling. Let's go... We never made this character rock like a full white fit, so I'm gonna go white baggy pants. We could do the white forces, or maybe some heels. I'm not sure yet, but I need a white suit top. I forget who makes all those though. I gotta block the screen because sometimes if you put certain outfits on your character, articles of clothing could disappear. So, but you'll see it once we done. Okay, so I'm gonna be chilling today, so let me hop on the what's your name and stream a little something. Although I still can't see my stream because for some dang reason, Firefox is becoming butt. Firefox used to be my main thing. I didn't use anything other than Firefox. This crap stinks now. Oh wait, we already got that? Okay, I already have that piece. As well, so... I guess all we need is the bottom half, those. Pinstripe. And pinstripe is kind of clean. I think I'm gonna do the base white for the bottom half. And in terms of shoes, I know just the shoes I want to use. The problem is, do I remember who made them? Oh, I recognize that now. There was a certain selection of clothing. Oh, okay, sure, they got those. Okay, that makes sense. I used to make her wear those boots like crazy. It's a certain selection of clothing that I always remember because I used to use it like crazy. Back in the day, there was a specific body type that somebody had made, but people stopped making stuff for it because they stopped updating it. So my characters was wearing pretty much the same clothes in each and every single dang picture I did of them. So certain items I just be remembering. I forgot where I put the suit top though. See the white suit, there you go. The white suit. The white top, the white pants, you're going with the all white fit. And we do like a dark background with these can't forget the rings with this new hairstyle. It fits her quite nicely. The hair is as thick as I thought it would be, which is perfect for this character. As said before. Pants, and then let me get the shoes. Or should now let me go with something yeah, more sleek shoes. Those shoes weren't very sleek. They were a little too robust. So that'd be number 1. And then number 2. Let me scroll back up. Let me scroll back up. Where's the other part of it? Am I missing something here? I am indeed missing something. I don't know what. I thought I added it, but I don't see it. I don't see crap. Okay, there we go. Bland. Simple, all white fit. With the gold jewelry. Gotta have a gold chain, gold earrings to match. Now we gotta pull up back to the island though. No, I think I might do it. I mean, shoot. I'm about to just do as many characters as I can. It's typically how I do things is until the photos of the week video is posted, I can't do photos because then that technically means they're of the same week. Now, of course, if you go based off of, you know, how a week works, that means I wouldn't actually be able to do photos until Monday. But it all depends on when the actual video is posted versus the actual time of the day or the time of the week. It's still Friday, so, you know, technically, any video I do now is still of this week, but, or any photos I do now is of this week. Where the heck is the concrete at? Am I on the wrong side? Oh, I'm on the wrong side. Okay, it'd be a lot easier to just call a car in. Porsche. Well, technically, I mean, we ain't moved up the week, but that's not the way I like to do things, so. I need a concrete area. Where's the concrete area? Got some mods we finna test out real quick. This thing kinda get really drifty. You know, for the longest I've been trying to make a dang drift video on Cyberpunk. Shoot, I should have used this car. I done had this car mod for like 2 years now. Where the heck is the concrete at? Oh. Been driving around forever. Here we go. Why is there a singular plant just chilling there? What's the dilly with this? Why didn't this didn't get deleted with everything else? It did not. Get up on out of here. Alright. Got a full white outfit on. What would be a good design? Hopefully y'all can't hear that. I'm sure you can. It's crunchy, boy. It's crunchy, but I'm hungry, so usually I don't like to eat during my stuff, but I'm hungry. I forgot to make me lunch. It's now 5 p.m. Let's see here. Do I want to go? Actually, what was that drink called? BV? BV Summer's Garden? Okay. So we got flowers number 1. Which is real nice and pretty. See? Put it directly on the ground. We got number 2. These ones got black and white, or they're white with black underneath. These ones are just white. Got 3. Which is even bigger. Putting them way too close. 4. Just, oh, sure. Okay. And then we got 5. And then single flower. It was just literally a single little flower. So if it needs to be placed somewhere on something, you know, boom. You know what I mean? And let's go ahead and despawn that. Ooh. Oh shoot, I did. I'm just now realizing that you could despawn all your props like that. Hold on real quick. Did I mess up? I think there was something I forgot to add. Oh, nope, we good. Okay. Check the stream real quick. Thing can't keep up for crap no more. Alright. Well, the fit is all white. Semi-classic looking. Might have to go with some tighter pants, so the baggy pants ain't really fitting all that well. Matter of fact, let me see real quick. The baggy pants are not fitting quite as well as I thought they would. Or maybe it's because the... Oh, you know what it is? The jacket. The jacket is not... Or is as white as everything else. The shoes are the same white as the pants the same white as the bra. But the jacket is more of a grayish white. It ain't as white. I think that might be the real issue here. It's a little... You know what I mean? The color ain't quite the same. I mean, duck it. We could use no jacket. Alright, let's build a large room. She got the full white, but it'd be sick, right? Because you don't want to do white on white. That's too much. You know what I mean? You gotta have some contrast. She's wearing white. So if we put it in, like, purple... Not blue, because blue is a little too strong, and she'll end up looking bluish. We could do gold. Purple, gold, or actual gold. That's the question at hand. I might do purple, though, because I have not used purple very much now that I'm really thinking about it. I think for the last photo session I did was the first time I've used the purple in who knows how long. So let's go with perp. Okay, bring that down. Oop, bring that down. And then bring it down. Make sure it's not going through her shoes. Okay, boom. We just gonna make it. Actually, no. Let me make the bottom a neutral color. Full purple, then she'll start looking purple. So we could do white for the floor and then purple for the walls. That'll look nice. Neon purple. That is definitely not a neon purple. Neon purple is way sharper, way more painful, way uglier. Neon purple is striking. You know what I mean? I mean, not ugly, but not this. This is like lavender. It's like some lavender type stuff right here. Oop. I ain't changed the color. Perp. Yeah, see, it's more like a lavender than an actual like neon purple. It's clean though, and that's why I'm using it. Let me see here. I don't want to use too many props that I was gonna save for other things, but I mean, why not right now? Since we here, you know what I mean? May as well use the stuff. Let me go with... Or should I save this for the next character? I think that'll be nice for the next... Well, not the next character, but one of the characters I'm going to end up using. Let me see. I'm going to do... Let's do a horse here instead. The horse in the background, maybe. Maybe not. Or should I keep it casual? I think we should keep it casual. Wait, hold on, let me put a roof over this joint. Clone and lift. There we go. See, because I got some ideas that I'm going to be doing for the future. Alright? And I don't want to use up too much of the new stuff. But at the same time, since we here, I would like to test out some of that new stuff. You know what I'm saying? Let's get a rug. Let's make this kind of look like a living room. Classic statue. Yeah, see these joints. I want to save these for some sessions ideas I got in the future. Although, you know, usually when I do stuff for this character, I always show off her native side, but I never show off her Greek side. So I feel like at the moment, maybe it would be a good idea. Or maybe, you know what? Switch the walls to like a blue. Nah, because the blue not going to look right. But that is, you know, Greek colors. Blue and white. But I never actually do any Greek themed stuff for this character because in a technical sense, with the way I made her little storyline, I always make storylines for my characters. Otherwise, your character's going to be uninteresting to people's. You know, but I don't really do the Greek side of this character because that's not what her father is supposed to fully be. He's half Greek, half Native American, but his father is Native American, thus making technically him Native American, and then technically making her Native American, plus her mother, her mother being full Native American. You know what I mean? Because I mean, you come from. I don't remember which ones all these are. You come through from the. I'm about to say something crazy. If you're technically from your father, so that makes you whatever your father is in a technical sense. So the reason that's why I don't really do the too much of the Greek side for this character like I do on Skyrim with my one character who's supposed to be just fully Greek. I always do some Greek themed stuff with that character all the dang time. But with this character, I don't, because that's not her main side, you know. But I got some serious ideas that'll work for the future, okay? The ideas is gonna be crazy. I can't say it now, you know what I mean? But there's gonna be like some of the most ridiculous backgrounds and sceneries I ever make. If I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, I'm gonna be doing some fucking madness. It's going to be some of the most ridiculous background scenes I ever made. Pretty much, you'll be seeing a small portion of that when the Asian Ladies Part 2 gets uploaded. And in like tomorrow, actually. I think. What is it, 22nd? Oh, yeah, tomorrow. Or no, not tomorrow, idiot. That's Saturday. Sunday. So, 2 days from now. You're gonna see some crazy backgrounds for Japanese V with that one. And that's the idea. Dang, I need a freaking Gotta this crap gonna be chewy as fuck. I overcooked it on accident. And then wasn't even actually all that hungry, so I put it back. I'm messed up. I ain't got no dang food right now. There's a dang bite on one of those. Why the fuck did I do that? You don't bite food and then put it in the fridge. That's how you build bacterias and stuff. But I don't want nothing sweet right now. I need something more savory. Whoa. Oh, shoot. Has that been on the whole time? Oh, man, I'm messing up. That been on the whole dang time? How long has that been on? That crap been on for like the past 7 minutes, dude. Dang, man. I'm over here building backgrounds and stuff. Y'all can't even see what the heck I'm talking about. I just now realized that. You saw it because I was looking for a dang snack. I chose a bad time to stream. I completely forgot to eat, dude. Oh, good. Let me move this forward. I'm mad too because that breakfast was gonna be tasty too. Accidentally cooked with a bad egg. Dang, eggs was nasty. I'm like, why the fuck? I kept getting a whiff too of bad egg. I'm like, it's probably, you know, just regular egg smell. It wasn't. It definitely was not. It definitely was not regular egg smell. Not even close. Oop, I just backed into my mic. But I kept cooking anyway. When I tasted them, I'm like, ooh, these don't taste all that good. These don't taste too well. I kept on cooking. I didn't eat them though. I got time for being I got time for feeling sick all day and crap. I was disappointed though. Them dang man, I'll be making some dang good eggs. My eggs is I cook the fluffiest, tastiest eggs. Okay, little bit of salt. No, medium amount of salt, not too much. Black pepper, a lot of chives. I love my chives. Okay. Sometimes I add a little bit of garlic to them. Sometimes I don't. Depends on how I'm feeling. Garlic salt usually. Just for them to be nasty tasting. I saw the egg too. I looked at it. This egg is a little wrinkly. I was like, it's probably alright. It wasn't. It was not good. It was not a good tasting egg. Quite nasty egg. Let's go ahead and flip that around. Flip that around one more time. Back it up. Rug is a little lopsided, but it's high. You ain't really see that. Let's see. What's that pink table with all this dang purple? It'll probably make the table look pink. I forgot what it's called though. Lowy cube. I forgot I had those. Hold on. Cube. Perp. Oh. Perp. No purple? Fuck. I haven't used that as a table. I completely forgot about these. I haven't used these in so dang long. I used to use these quite a bit in my old pictures. Just simply kind of forgot about them though. That's too dark. I need something to match the purple. That pink though. That pink might work. Let's just go with like white. A Rubik cube. That's the easier Rubik's cube. Easier by way of, you know, if you use Rubik's cubes. As someone who does not, I would probably never be able to figure that out. I remember I would see people messing with them Rubik's cubes when I was a kid. I always thought it was just like a game. I didn't know it was a puzzle. The first time I ever messed around with one, I'm like, how are you supposed to solve this? I had no clue it was a puzzle. Thought it was just a little goofy square that you mix and match the colors for fun. Well, I realized, oh, how it's actually supposed to be. That's cool, but no, not gonna work. That's cool, but it ain't gonna work. I just need a regular table. Let's go with breezy table. Oh, I messed up. I forgot to download the fighter jet mod. Somebody had a fighter jet prop mod. I'm gonna need that for the future when I finally do military V. See, I was going to do like an episode where it was more like a militant type of thing. But I'm like, nah, let me keep it just mainly soldier type stuff. That'd make more sense. Okay, that worked. Let's see. Let's go with some drink. Gotta have some drink. Wine. Wine glass. Okay, lift that on up. It's on the table. Put that right there. You know, I somehow accidentally fixed my fucking character list. You'll see when we get into photo mode, but I somehow, some way, accidentally fixed my dang character list on photo mode. So now when I hit like Judy, Panam, Jackie, all of them, I actually get the character I clicked on, not a different character. I don't know how I did it, but I did. Them dang ships. I don't know why them joints, well, never mind. Also, I don't know why they come over here. They probably always did that. You know, it's not like I'm supposed to be here. Not a place you're supposed to be at. It is not normal to be over here at all. Took a lot of fucking loop-de-doops and a lot of traveling to get down here and then swam my way. Secret island right here is the best island I ever found too because it is absolutely perfect. For I mean any dang thing you're trying to do, honestly. This is, as I called it, Photographer's Island, baby. At some point, I'm gonna have to stop and eat. That's kind of late on. Waiting till we done here. That's what I get for cooking with a bad egg. And remembering 5 hours later, or 2 hours too late. Oh shoot, it's time to eat. Yeah, done already started. I just got a bowl of fucking Reese Puffs sitting here. I am definitely not gonna eat. Too sweet. I'm not looking for something that's meal right now. Boom, got the 2 deers. You know what I should do? Because realistically, we are not gonna be able to see the trees or the deers with how close this setup is. Let's go ahead, move all of this just a bit closer or farther. We can actually see everything. Otherwise, we ain't gonna see them deers back there and stuff. Neither nor the trees. All goes right back to where it was. Kinda, sort of. It's at a slight angle. But it's close. And boom. You know what I'm saying? Alright, let's go ahead and put these graphics up, see what this actually looks like. See what the cleanness is actually looking like, the colors and all that good stuff, ray tracing and all that good stuff, crowd density off, film grain off, all that good stuff off. Fog, none. Don't do volumetric fog out here. Volumetric fog is the ruiner of all photos. You know, I was checking back and looking at some of my old photos. Like, holy, that volumetric fog was really putting a hurting on a lot of my old stuff. Will frame me, but we should put it, hopefully. What? They're right there. I don't think I'm actually gonna use the couch. It's just mostly there for looks. I almost hit stop streaming on accident. Just in case. Yep. That was good. It was a good idea to do that. The game loved doing that. For the longest time, it was loading. It used to load like way down at the character's foot, which was perfect because, you know, the actual character, if they did spawn in closeless during a stream, we wouldn't see it. So it'd be perfect. I wouldn't have to edit it out afterwards. Now it's back to the old school way, where it loads right up at the top. Good thing I decided to do that, because it did that. I would have had to edit that out. Fucking YouTube stream edits, when you're doing the edits straight through YouTube, that crap stink. It's not good. It is not good. It is an unfavorable editing method, that's for sure. Editing through YouTube sucks. YouTube editor is not good. Can't really zoom in, so you kind of got to do crap from like a mile away. Like trying to create and tinker a tiny, the world's smallest watch, but you're using regular sized tweezers. It just don't work good. You do 50. You see the background a little better. Background ain't great. Does work. We really care about the background though for this one. It's there and it's noticeable. Might need to move the rug back some. That looks pretty bad with it being halfway off like that. It's not like you're gonna see it under her very well. Oh, here we go. Let's go ahead. Slide that back a little. That's much better looking. Halfway cut off like that. Right, and then this hairstyle is great. It works really well on her. This is one of the new joints I got. These had a lot of great poses. I'm like, I'm gonna need that. It has tons of them too, so this one was nice. Nothing too crazy as well. Yeah, I mean, it was the perfect joint. Oh, her fingers clipping through her pocket. Simple poses like you see now. You know what I mean? Oh shoot! I always forget to put my little subscribe joint on. There we go. Matter of fact, while we are here, can't forget the one important thing. The heck was it? Oh, idiot! Folder. Editing. There we go. Always gotta have these up, you know. Gotta have these up. Now I just realized it's been a very long time since I've done a stream where I was making beats live. I used to do that crap like crazy back in the day. I need to do more, honestly. It's been a hot minute. Alright, there we go. Right there. Now we're ready to go. Stream is so dang far behind. It's far behind for me. How'd that work? Firefox used to be the crap, man. Now it's crap, man. I don't know what the heck happened. Let's make her main lights a little bit. Actually, that's perfect. I was gonna darken them a little bit, but no, that's good. That's good. That's real good. It's clean. The thing is, when you're using a pale characters, you're attempting to not make them look ghostly, you know? Attempting to give them some tone. If you don't, then the tone of their skin matches the lighting too much, to the point where you can't see their facial features. And obviously, you don't do that. That's not gonna look right. And boom, you get the cleanness like this. It's just nice. Well, let me check first, actually. Gotta make sure it look good, you know what I mean? You might do the picture and it might not be quite as clean as you think. I like that thumbnail, actually. The thumbnail. I mean, I did that on lower quality, but the thumbnail is the perfect example of a pale tone character getting flushed out by the lighting. You see Panam, he looks just fine. You see V, can't see her facial features nearly as easily. But that is the beauty of a dark tone character versus a light tone character. Dark tone characters are much easier to work with. At least on low graphics. On high graphics, it's mostly pretty normal. The time of day makes a difference too. Usually when I'm doing my photos on a lighter tone character, I make sure it's nighttime. Or at least near nighttime. If you're doing pictures on a dark tone character, shoot, doesn't matter what time of the day it is. They work with the lighting perfectly fine. You could have it dumb dark. You could have it super bright. Won't matter. They'll always fit the lighting just fine. When you're on high graphics, it's way easier to work with. That's for sure. Way easier to work with. It's the low graphics where it's a problem. I never really do my photos on low graphics. Well, not low graphics, but regular ultra. I always do ray tracing ultra. You gotta have the best of the best quality, you know. You can't have second best. What's the point if you got the second best quality and not the best quality? I always want the highest quality. Dang, pinky feels weird. Feels open. Oh, technically is. Freaking hate it. So dang sensitive. Why that nail gotta be there? The dang chair grabbed that chair and the nail was like, I'm out. The force of my hand slipping while trying to regain grip on the chair. Freaking pop the whole front end of my nail off. Just as I was about to chop that joint down too. Ouch. Time though. Instead, a bloody pinky finger. That did not feel nice. Let me not use too many of these new poses. We're gonna have to save some of these for a photo session or two. Save this for a photo session or two, you know what I mean? Okay, that side looks like her hand is in her pocket. That side, her hand is very clearly clipping. So we're gonna try to... Yeah, see, that looks like... That straight up looks like she got her thumb in her pocket. That's tight. That's clean like that. Put that joint right there. Lean it to the side. Yeah, this hair is perfect. I downloaded this hair for a reason. I'm like, this is gonna look great on this character because she has thick hair. Like I said earlier, half Greek, half Native American. Those are two forms of people who got thick hair. So I like to make sure that my characters are always proper. This hairstyle, it works. Works perfectly on her. Lift it up just a little bit. Is she looking or is she... Can't tell if she's looking at the camera or past the camera. No matter. That right about there. Yeah, right about there. 151. Rest. Now, depending on what you're trying to do, too, sometimes you could go with a lower amount of cameras. For certain pictures I do, I might go with one, or I say cameras, lighting. Some pictures I do, I might go with one lamp. Some pictures I do, I'll go with my usual 5. Some I'll go with even more. Really depends on the look you're trying to get, the aesthetic you're trying to capture. You know what I mean? For me personally, I mostly like to keep my characters looking as professional as possible. So I like to do 5. 5 gives you the all-around great amount of lighting you're gonna need. You know what I mean? So actually, matter of fact, let me go back. Let me show y'all what I got here. So we got light 1 and 2. These are both entropies. That means these lights are the ones. Oh shoot. These are the... Let me see, because I don't remember. Area. These are area lights. Okay, I got 2 entropies because that gives you good area light. These are the 2 main lights. Then I have a 3rd highlight. This is a spotlight. This is for spot only. It has good distance. It captures a perfect spot of your character, and that's what you need. Then I have 2 side lights. These are favelas. I don't know, it's Brazilian, I don't know how to say it. These are also area, but they're not quite the same area type as the entropy lights. So what that does is, those are the side lights. So let's say your character lacks lighting maybe around the shoulders, maybe there's not enough light around the facial features. That's what I use those for. This character has a very strong jawline. She's got strong facial features, so you gotta have those type of effects. You know what I mean? If you got too little, it could be too dark. If you have too much, it could be too bright. So I typically go 5. And if I want it to look less professional for like my non-model characters, like if I'm doing pictures for like Bronx V, she's not supposed to be a model, but you know these days people love taking pictures of themselves. Okay, so your lighting setup ain't gonna be professional if you're doing pictures of yourself by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So for certain characters like that, it's much more often where I'll do single lamp setups. Not supposed to look professional, but still very clean. As where characters like this, you know, even though she is supposed to be more of a thug type, she also can't. Be hardcore and still be modeling. That's the point of having multi-light setups. Now, typically, if I'm using more than 5 lights, the extra lights is typically to lighten up the background, or I'm doing photos of a car that's quite large, a vehicle that's quite large. Could be a truck or something. It's a little long. You don't need more than 5 lights for a big truck. Shoot, a big truck could take like fucking 7 lights. As for a car, 5 is good. Cars usually aren't big enough unless people start making fucking land yachts from the 70s, American land yachts from the 70s. More than likely, you ain't gonna need more than 5 lights for a car. So see, boom. Now, as you can see, actually, matter of fact, that's a good way to display it. So with the main lights, as you can see with the main lights, they're always way off to the sides. There is no real in between. They're typically from 180 to like 130, depending on the location of the character in either direction. You know what I'm saying? As where this light, the third main highlight, this is typically sitting in one place. It might be flat 180 here, it might be flat 180 there. Depends on the photo. And then you'll notice with these ones, they're always on the inside. So as a matter of fact, you can kind of see it right here at her jawline. If we put it way down here, she's got too much light on her face. As if we put it about here, she has the perfect amount of light around her dang face. Same with this side. This is for that side. So as you see, when we back out, now there's very little unwanted shadows where we don't need them, and all that good stuff, thus being a picture we can snap. You feel what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down, you know what I mean? That's how I be doing my thing. That goes for pretty much every dang thing. Real life, Skyrim, whatever game has a great photo mode and allows you to control lighting. Pretty much, yeah, pretty much every dang thing. It's the same stuff I do in real life. Is making sure that whatever the object is that you're taking pictures of has a healthy amount of lighting all around. And not a healthy amount of lighting in just one spot. Never want too much light in one spot, especially for a character who got paler skin like now, because, well, obviously that light is going to drown out her skin tone quite quickly. That's where if you're using a character who's of darker tone, it'll take a while before you drown out their light, but it'll also make them look like they're bleached, and obviously you don't want that. That's going to be ugly. So you'll really see the difference too once we get over to Victoria, Country V. Or Miss Dark Chocolate. Once we get to her, you'll really see how I do things on that character. How much a light I won't have to affect. So like, see, matter of fact, boom. This is the perfect way to put it. So the reason why I reduced the highlights all the way down to 100 is because these walls are stupendously bright. If you reduce it down to 100, you can see. Contrast 20 is what I usually do. You can do more or less, your choice. But I usually do 20 because of certain characters. If you don't, they'll be too dang pale. And then the exposure is where it really hits. The walls don't change too much with the exposure. Your character does. When I'm on a dark tone character, you will never see exposure down at 60. That's just too low. They don't need it to be that low. For a character like this, with the second most pale skin tone, you kind of need it. I don't need no dang weather report. I know it's hot. Actually, it's not quite as hot as it usually is. Usually it's like 105. It's only 94 right now. That's surprising. But it all really depends on the character, what you're looking for, what the swag purposes is, you know what I mean? For this character, because of her pale skin tone, she needs darkened lights. And that also comes into this too. Right now, I surprisingly don't have to change it. I think that's because we're using purple walls, and purple isn't a very strong color. I mean, it's a strong color, but it's not a bright color, so we don't really have to touch the lights. Usually, man, I'd be having to have these joints down at like 50. Right now, we surprisingly do not, though, and I think that's because of the purple walls. If we were using white walls, we would absolutely have to bring that down. But I wanted to go with the purple. I realized that after all these years, especially with having this mod, I have not ever used purple as a background. So see, like now, we put that back where it was. She has no light on her backside here, which doesn't look all that. I mean, if we switch that over, give her a little bit more light back there. Oh, I'm going too far. Actually, I can't see because it's lagging a little bit. I'm going to say right about there. Now, she's got a little bit more light there, a little bit more light here. Just gives you all overall better highlights to your photo. And if you want, you could do both lights over there. Since we can't really see that side of her, you could do both lights over there. It's all about swagging out and making sure your character, or if it's real life, your person, or vehicle, or object, whatever the fuck it may be, has the utmost and perfect lighting so that they stand out with the cleanest amount of definition that you could possibly think about. You know what I mean? Making sure that people see every bit of perfection of that said subject. That's the best way to put it. Subject, instead of saying each and every individual item. So boom, check the fit. You know what I mean? She clean as fuck right now. Let's lift her up a little bit. Heel is going through the flow. This is actually one of the more simplistic but fancy looking outfits I've done for this character. See, now for this character, because the way I make her be, like I said, she's a real hood type character, real thuggy type character. I don't typically do photos of her where she is less than dressed, because that's not her style. Typically, when you see me do stuff on her, it's always going to be outfits like this. It fits the character's style and it fits the character's personality, so that way people, when they see the character, they understand and connect with the character in any way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure people is connected with your character. If people connecting with your character, then that's a good character. If they not, whether it's a good connection or a bad connection, if they're connecting with your character, then you know, okay, I've created a great character. Whether the character's a bad, evil person or a good person. If people hate your character because of how vile they are, then boom, you've made a great evil character. If people love your character because of how great they are, then boom, you made a great character. All my characters gotta have some swag to them, you know what I mean? They can't all be the same. This is why you won't ever see each and every single one of my characters doing stuff like the type of style of stuff that I do on Japanese V. She's my only character who's like that. You know what I mean? When I do photos on that character, it's gonna be a little bit more saucy than other characters. That's where when I'm doing photos on this character, the couch is way too close. I just realized her foot is clipping. When I do stuff on this character or characters like this character, it's always gonna be more swaggy, more hood style. Like her baggy chinos. Never anything too crazy with this character. It's not really her style. Always gotta make sure your characters are different from each other so that people can differentiate. While all my characters, I always give my characters names. I always try to give them different racials. I always try to have multiple types of characters too. There's a lot of people that I've seen who do I mean, shoot, Cyberpunk, Skyrim, whatever the fuck. They only ever do 1, 2, or 3 characters. You know what I'm saying? That's like real life. If you're doing photography in real life, you're not ever going to just take pictures of one person. You're going to try to get as many models as you can. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing cars, you're not only going to take pictures of one car your whole career. You know what I'm saying? You're going to try to do pictures of as many cars as you can find. Houses, mountains, landscapes, whatever it may be that you do. You want as much as possible so that your stuff is always super versatile. Now for me personally, I like to do pictures of all kinds of things. So in my case, it would be making sure, though characters are definitely my more favorite, But if I'm doing cars, if I'm headed to like a car show or something, you're not gonna see me snap a picture of one car out of the whole show and that's it. This is why when I do my photo sessions, I'm always doing 3 characters, because I want you to see the wide range of characters that I have, the wide range of car photos that I have, a landscape, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? You want to let people know, like, yo, I could go all the way with this. And shoot, in that case, especially if you're like doing photography and selling services, like let's say you do photography of people's weddings and whatnot, and that's like one of your main ways of getting paid. You wanna pull up to as many of those as you can, so people see like, hey, guys right here got a massive fucking portfolio. Man's pulling up to all kinds of dang weddings. I like to make sure that I have a lot of characters. Plus, it's just more characters that people can see. More characters to me, honestly, the more characters, the better. Plus, with the way this game is, it is too easy to make great looking characters to sit there with just 1 or 2 characters. Or 3 initially is how I started. But even then, that went on. It started with this character. And not too long after, I'm like, you know what? Let me make another character. Let me see if I can make like a Latina or something. And then that's where Mexico V came from. And I'm like, you know, I gotta have a dark chocolate character. Absolutely. And that's where Country V came from. And that spiraled and kept going and kept going. I'm like, you know what? Mexico V is cool, but she's too formal. Let me go with like a hood character. That's where East LA V came from. So on and so forth. I mean, and saying, even with male V, I'm like, okay, I got 1 million female characters. Let me make at least 1 male character. I can't do anything with them because that fucking head disappearing glitch. I still ain't found nothing for it. I took the picture, but the shadows weren't the best. That one and re-snap. I mean, you want to make sure you got 1 million characters. I mean, you don't have to have 1 million characters, of course. I personally just like to have multiple options, a large portfolio to create as much as I need be. Different, like I said, mainly for different styles. Certain things, certain styles of photo types that I do with this character you wouldn't see for other characters. Certain style I do for other characters you wouldn't see for this character. You know, having this character in a full-on suit and all that, that's not really this character's style, so you don't see that. You might see the suit pants because that's a very common thing, is chinos and khakis and stuff for the West Coast, which would be perfect for this character. Because, you know, it's Night City, they in the West Coast. But, like a full-on suit, nah. But then again, at the same time, you're not going to see Mexico V in some dang chinos with some Chuck Taylors and you know, a Dodgers hat and some stuff like that. That character's too formal. You're not going to see stuff like that on that character. For Mexico, for Country V, you're not going to see her in some Valley Girl type fit. That character's very country. For different styles, you know, different swags, different styles for all of your for having multiple characters and go ahead and smiling too long. This is one of my this is another one of those characters who just always looks serious when I do photos with this character, so I don't make her smile like super often for pictures. She's more of the serious type. Some people are just more serious when they do things. Then it also gives your character the heights and stats and differences and whatnot. So like for East LAV, she's my tallest character, and Mel V, he's the second tallest. So whenever I do photos with them two, they're typically towering over everybody because I've learned after all these years of playing Cyberpunk that you know, Night City is home to really short people. Night City is home of the short folks. So, some characters, you know, not everybody gonna be short though. Some of my characters, I'm like, well, some of my characters gotta be taller. Thus, Male V being 5'11", and East LA V being 6 foot. Although I didn't realize I made her taller back then. I had a joint I had found when I was saving my characters to make sure I had them all down just in case I ever needed to remake them. That joint said she was 6'2". I'm like, might be a little too tall. But we'll go 6 foot to make it more. Well, I mean, there's not a whole lot regular in a woman being 6'4". Or what? Goodness. I wastegate. I said what I was about to say before I said it. There's not a whole lot normal in a woman being 6 foot, because for a man that would be 6'4". There's not a whole lot of 6'4" people out here. But you know what I mean, I feel like 6'2", maybe just that would be a dude at like 6'7", 6'6" maybe. Just a little too tall, you know. It's not normal. You don't see that all the time. 6 foot ain't normal, especially for a, you know, woman, but it makes more sense than her being 6'2" for no reason. Although most of my characters are on the taller side, only a few of them are short. One is average, the rest of them are taller, or tallish to taller. OGV here being my shortest character. I think if I'm remembering the stats correctly, my one average built character, or average heighted character, which is anytime I do any photos with Bronx V, she's the same height as everybody else. Because, you know, 5'4". This character is always shorter than everybody else. And there's my other character, AD, she's always shorter, and then everyone else is always taller. So I have 2 short characters, 1 average, everybody else is, I would say, 5'7" and taller. Considering most of them are female characters, that would make them all pretty tall. The tallest being male V, still AV, at 5'11" and 6 foot. Lara Croft gun poses. Where the guns at, though? Oh, she doesn't have a gun equipped, so that's not possible. Whoops. Kinda forgot melee character. Melee character, she dang near never have a gun on her. Unless I'm doing specifically theme photos where I want her to have the gun in her hands. That's usually fairly rare. Just not a gunner. So she almost never has guns on her. Actually, for this one, let's not have her looking at the camera. That is one thing I still do after all these years, just accidentally a little too often, is making my characters constantly look into the camera. Kind of a habit, man. I've been getting better with it, but even then, in most of my photos, they're always looking into the camera. Not that that's a bad thing, but sometimes you just gotta switch it up a little bit. A lot of times I don't be switching it up at all. They're almost always looking directly into the camera. Whether it's with just the eyes or with the whole head. I used to do the body, but I'm like, nah. That distorts the poses a little too much. It's still something I do on accident quite often still. Having them just constantly staring at the camera. Look how fucking clean that is, man. Let's do a slight angle bend. Back in the day when I was learning how to do cyberpunk photography, way back, my photos used to be too soft. So soft that it looked bad. Then, when I got good at it for a little bit, they updated the game. I had lost a mod at the time. For the life of me, cannot remember what. But then my photos became too sharp. My photos used to be so fucking sharp you could cut bread with how sharp these dang joints was. And then I went back. That's when I got attacked by volumetric fog. That crap was ruining all my dang photos. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why is everything so dang gray and flushed out? That was before I had knew what the heck volumetric fog was. So there was, you could go back and see a lot of my photos and see that one of these days I'll probably do like something like that where I kind of show like how it began versus where it is now, the differences and all that, and what mistakes I was making back then versus now. But in a lot of my old joints, they were too soft. Then I had this dang shiny skin mod that I accidentally left on too long because I thought it was making my photos look better when I go back and look at them, I'm like, these look terrible because of the shininess. It removes features that you would normally be able to see on a person, kind of like real life. There's very specific things you would be fucking using that for, and that ain't each and every dang photo you create, and that's what I was doing back then. Then I want to say probably 2021, 2022-ish, I actually got pretty good. I'm like, okay, these photos are coming out great. And I forgot what update. I think it was 1.6. Man, volumetric fog was hitting hard for a long time too. I think like 2022, 2023, my photos were just gray all the dang time. Oh yeah, here you go. Now you can see what it actually looks like. It's bright as fuck in here. That's a full 10 right there though. Let's do one more. Or should we move over to Mexico V? Because I got a suit that'd be sick on her. Other ones out here. But then it like the fog was bad. Matter of fact, can I might be able to show y'all actually. So you see, let me remove the lights real quick so you can see it a little easier. Do you see out there how it's foggy but not too crazy? That's regular. Now let me put on volumetric fog. I don't know if you're gonna see it because it's kind of cloudy. Oh, boom! There you go. Look how gray it becomes out there. That stuff, you don't see it out here because you're not supposed to be out here. But as you can see, it's not too bad out here. It exists, as you can clearly see. It exists. But it's not quite as bad as it is in the city. In the city is vicious. So for like a year, I would do photos and the grayness would be drowning the crap out of my photo. I'm like, yo, what is going on? Where did this come from? How did this happen? And then the lovely person that created this mod right here gave this option right here. This has saved my photos. No more do I have horrendously gray photos. Okay? But there was a small point of time where I was adding too much sharpness. And that was from this DLSS sharpness. So as you can see, I got mine at 25%. 25% is nice and healthy. Doesn't y'all be seeing my photos all the time. They're nice and smooth. They got enough sharpness to where you can see the great detailing of the character, but that's about it. That's where I used to have it at 50. 50? Ooh, shoot. Like I said, my photos used to be sharp enough to cut bread, dude. I mean, you get more than a paper cut. You might lose a whole finger messing around with how sharp my photos used to be. Actually, matter of fact, let's do some cars real quick. So, like I said, with the cars, I've not done photos of this car, but y'all know me. I'm an old school dude, man. I'm a youngin' with an old school heart. You feel me? I got to do something old school. With the cars. Same thing, the volumetric fog, all that crap. I'm like, yo, my photos are being freaking obliterated by this fog. So I'd be on the internet typing it in like crazy. Too much fog, fog this, fog that. Never found a dang answer. Till the person that created this mod, this is Charlie, if I'm remembering correctly. Charlie with an I, no E. So CHARLI. Charlie Lighting. That mod right there saved my photos big time because of that little option right there to remove volumetric fog. Man, before that fog was hitting my photos with the most dense fog known to mankind. Look at it. Look at the difference. Look at the difference, dude. It's bad. It's real bad out there. Matter of fact, let me see if I can show y'all. Oh wait, hold on. Let me put the what's the name on just in case. So you should be able to see it. If not, then I'm gonna pull her up to the top of the city so you can. You should be able to see it because there's enough lighting out here. So there we go. All right, you can see her. All right, you can't really see it that well. So let me bring the lights on. Let me do one light. Too many lights, you might not be able to see it. Go ahead, turn that to the front. Actually, let me just make it nighttime. Or shoot, let me pull up to Judy's spot. Where's her spot at? Lake. Her spot is perfect because it's nice and small, so you should really be able to see it there. The lake cabin. Yeah, it is joint where you and Judy do y'all thing. Unless you're playing male V, then you have no clue what I'm talking about. But if you're playing female V, it's where you and Judy do the thing. This little cabin right here, I love this little cabin. I've done multiple photos here. It's a nice little cozy spot. I don't know if I still have that mod on though. I might have that mod that makes it all nice and enhanced, but if we don't, then we should be able to see it. A little laggy over here in the graphics real quick. Just trying to show you all the fog. This right here used to ruin my photos on an otherworldly level, dude. Okay. Let me see if you can see it real quick. Okay, you can. So see the difference? When I turn it off, it's darker. When I put it on, it's all foggy in here. Now, I don't know about y'all, right? But when I look around my room in real life, there's no gray mist floating around me. When I look outside my window, okay, or when I'm standing outside, there's no gray mist around me. I don't know about y'all, but I don't be seeing no gray mist. Alright, so we should be able to see it. Let me see. Let me turn that up a little bit. Okay, boom, you can see it. So, boom. Look how bad the fog is. The fog is so bad, you can see the stream from the dang lamp. Let me put her in a regular pose real quick so we can really see it. Just something where she's standing there. There we go. Okay. So now, when we get in front of her, here's where the issue would happen. You can kind of already see it there. So, obviously, we can't see her very well because the lamp is too small. So, if I make it bigger so that I can see her, what happens is, see it? You see how gray it is? All this gray is because of the volumetric fog. Now watch, when I turn it off, boom. I don't know why the light adjusted, but you can see the clarity difference. Look at the sheer different. Why is the light keep changing? Bring that down. See, this is why I don't do crap on low graphics. Let me put it back on high graphics. This is why I don't do stuff on low graphics. That crap right there is just changing for no dang reason. I'm trying to show y'all something is doing its own thing. This is important because if you didn't know, I know some people be out there, they're afraid to download mods. Well, certain mods you shouldn't be afraid to download because they're just not heavy like that. So I'm gonna keep the fog resolution nice and high so you can see what I'm saying here. Certain mods ain't heavy. Like this Charlie mod is not a very heavy mod. It's not gonna affect your game a whole ton. Now, of course, any mod will make ever so slight changes, but it's such a small mod that you ain't gonna notice for real, for real. You're really not gonna notice all that much. Okay. So let me see. You should be able to still see it. I don't know how much it's affected on high graphics. Oh no, you can definitely still see it. You can definitely still see it. So boom, you see the glare I'm getting? Now when I turn it, oh wait, okay, there we go. Now you see the glare I'm getting? See how much grayer it is now? Turn it off, boom. Way sharper, way cleaner. You can actually see your background and all that. Now, because I always do my character photos at 20, so you can see mainly just the character, that's where it gets real bad. Boom, we turn it on. Look how gray it is. And the further back you go, the worse it gets. Now you're seeing the crap every freaking where. Because at the time, I didn't know if my computer could handle the ray tracing. I would do it in regular ultra graphics, and it looks way worse, as y'all saw in ultra regular ultra. Ray tracing ultra is actually not too bad. It's not great, but it's not too bad. It's pretty bad. Nah, yeah, it's pretty bad. You can definitely see the difference. Never mind, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. So boom. That's the issues your boy used to have. Oh shoot, matter of fact, you can see it right there, just in front of the lamp. Look at that. When it builds up, you just got a ray of fucking dust in your character's face. Like I said, I don't know about y'all, but when I look around in the real world, I don't see massive clouds of gray fog. It's actually pretty dang clear. That's saying a lot considering how fucking bad my eyes are. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what the purpose of volumetric fog was supposed to be. It stinks. It ruins stuff. Bad. Real bad. Where my car at? Oh shoot, I can call it back in. Get my Ferrari back, baby. I don't think I've ever done pictures of this Ferrari. Oh no, I did, but that was a long time ago. I'm way better than I was then. Oh, it'll work now. I don't remember getting the one with the bronze wheels though. This look crazy with the bronze wheels. Let me show y'all how I do my car photos right quick. Oh, there we go. Oh boy. This thing drives exactly how you think a 1980 supercar on sand would drive with rear-wheel drive. And a very poor 1980s traction control. Old school traction control. It sucks. It's a dang good looking car though. It's a dang good looking car. Yeah, look how bad that is out there, man. It's bad. It's real bad out there. So, once I figured that out and that's what was ruining my photos, I was a happy camper. I was back to doing quality. It was only up from there, literally. Because now, shoot. The quality level... The fuck? What's on my engine? Ugh. Why it look like that? What the fuck? Engine filthy as fuck. I forgot how to clean. Repair? Oh no, what? I can't have no dirty engine out here. It looks horrible, man. I respawn it? I can't respawn it. Shoot. I would freaking filthy engine. Alright, so for the car, for doing car photos, I always hop on the roof. Okay. You probably can just use free cam. I like to do it in photo mode though, because that, you know, that leads to that level of quality that you want. If you're not striving for the best quality, what are you striving for? You know what I'm saying? So I always do it in photo mode, and that entails putting your character up on top of the car. Okay, let's go into photo mode real quick. Okay, I actually didn't have to because it spawned in her armpit for some dang reason. So boom, sit your character up on top of the car. Then go to the character tab, disappear that fool, right? And boom, now you have free range of your vehicle. Now here's the thing you're gonna have to deal with here. You're doing free range of just the vehicle. You're gonna have to go to autofocus, turn it off. Okay. Now you're gonna need because now you have to control the what the heck is it called? The depth of field for yourself. Otherwise, you're gonna get unwanted depth of field because it'll be too focused on your character and not the car. We no longer care about the character. We now care about the car. Now, for cars, a trick I actually learned in real life is that for vehicles, you kind of want your field of view to be way the fuck out. The closer you are to the car, or the closer you are and the farther the field of view, the quality ain't quite as good, I've learned. I mean, obviously, you know, you can do them closer up if you want, but shoot, when you go way the fuck out, it for some reason, it adds a level of quality to it that's just superb, as you'll see as we go down the line here with this Ferrari. Okay, so gotta go back to that depth of field. Put that way out. The back wheel is in the ground for some reason. Let me see. That's not gonna work. Need that not in the ground. So let's go ahead, tilt that forward, lift it up a little bit. Right about that up just a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, I don't want wheels halfway in the, or not halfway, but slightly clipping through the ground. But look at the quality on that. That is crazy. Dang near look real. Now it comes down to our lights. My car lighting tab kind of sucks. It's not as good as I remember it being. Maybe it's because the vehicle that Challenger I was using was a little large. Go ahead, deepen that color. We got a little too much lighting going on. Put that about 50. Put that at about 10, and then boom, look how strong that red is. Look how strong that red is. Go ahead and get that out the way. So I have differences for each of them. So the first two lights are both on 2. And that one's on 2, and this one's on 2.3. Okay, never mind. Been a long time since I've used this setup. I think that was just a genuine mistake. Because the rest of them are not on the same joint. Let's move this more into the middle so I can see the front. So for the cars, I'm using 4 lights. This is a smaller car, so for like I said earlier, you could use about 4 to 5, I would say. It really depends on what you're looking for, honestly. I can't really give you too much tips on stuff like that because, you know, that really comes down to the creator and what they're looking for. Put that about there. The front wheel. This one will stay about there for the front of the car. This one. Oh, whoops. Okay, yeah, see, this is what I was saying earlier. 4 or 5 lights is probably not enough because now we have some dead zones here. I gotta move this one. Probably ain't even got no light for the roof. Gotta have light for the roof. These are all spotlights. We gotta have at least. That's not bad, but a little too much going on. Yeah, I think I need to make a new setup for cars. This is an old setup. This is really old, as a matter of fact. I made this setup back around when I had first found this mod. Not good. Let's get that out of there. Let's make a new one. You got to have entropy. Okay, entropy. You need all around lighting. I ain't got all around lighting. Not working. Matter of fact, let's back up a little bit. Make sure we're getting this the right way. Off real quick. That old setup was using nothing but spotlights. Spotlights are cool, but you want aerial lighting. Cars are too dang big. Spotlights are good for a person. You know, the diameter of a person ain't the same as a car. There's not a single human being ever on this earth that had the same diameter of a car, a normal sized car. I know fucking turd. Some of these cars is little as fuck. These cars is little and goofy. Not really talking about them little goofy cars. Stupid looking cars. There's a lot of stupid looking little cars out here. Okay, so for this light, we're going to keep it up. We're going to keep it nice and high. This is going to be for the rooftop. As you can see, with a little bit of rooftop lighting, shoot, that dang near does most of the work you're looking for. Then, some spotlights would be good. Because now we have a light that controls the entirety of the look. We had 4 dang spotlights. It didn't look good because spotlights, like I said, the circumference of a car is a whole lot more than a person. If you got a million fucking spotlights, it makes the lights choppy. I don't like that. I don't want choppy lights. Plus, if I'm remembering correctly, my fool self probably had the angle hard as fuck. So whenever you get your hands on Charlie, you want to make sure this controls the sharpness. So you can actually see the ring of the light. The bottom is the width. This will make your light bigger without you actually seeing the ring of the light. I more than likely had the whole fucking ring showing, which ain't the best idea, just off the simple fact that if the light is too sharp, then it's not going to look great. We don't want sharp lights for a car, because then you're going to see a bunch of circles all over the dang place, which is exactly what I was seeing. Crap was ugly. Go ahead, drop that down. Let's move this out the way real quick so we can see what it actually looks like. I'm gonna say about -2. You see the difference now? So now we have full view of the front angle. Now we go ahead and duplicate that. We push this one over in the back. Now look at that. We have full view of the back. Look how much better. And we only did that in 3 lights. That other one was 4, and it was 4 spotlights. That was ugly. Now we get nice and close to the car. Alright. Reduce that color just a little bit. Or not that one. Not that one. This one. Oh, we can do a little bit on that one too. And boom. Look at the difference. We have the entire car lit up without 4 ugly lights. That's the difference, my peoples. If you want, you could probably place a light blocker directly underneath the car. Probably not necessary though. With that one, you can make it shine up on the wheels. You can move it forward a little bit. I mean, that's that's a big difference. Push it back a little bit too, if you feel like it's a little too much light, which I am feeling like it's a little too much light. So let's go 2.5. Back. The highlighting, let's move that about there. We don't want to see no extra lights on the vent area here. For this front light. Oops. I'm grabbing the top light on that. For the front light, say right about there, and then move it back a little brighter. Just a little bit brighter. And you know, actually it was good where it was back in, say 2.2. Back down to about 20. Had it before. If you want, really could just drop the main light. That'll give you more light. I'm gonna say right about there is good. Matter of fact, let's tan it just a little bit because I feel like the light is too cool for such a red car. Want it more warm. Big fat fucking helicopters just flew over the house. Goodness gracious. Alright, that had my chair rattling. Goodness, that's one of the big army joints. Them helicopters are so fucking powerful you can feel it be rattling. Crap be rattling. And boom. Now we have a gorgeous setup of this absolutely phenomenal Ferrari. Go ahead and get a little bit of angle in there. I love old school cars, man. They just the best looking. Snap that up, see what that look like real quick. Although the easiest way to do car photos, in my personal opinion, is putting them into a photo shoot room. Because then that really allows you to see every dang bit of quality of the car. Just a big old white room. But that is pretty dang clean. Now we go to the top. Okay. Now we're looking at top control. Oops. Put a little bit more angle in that. Bring it about right there. Look how clean that is. That crap dang near look real, dude. And that is both the skills of the picture takings that I have, the extremely well crafted mod, and Cyberpunk's phenomenal and untouchable fucking graphics, dude. That's all of this put together. Okay. Lighting skills, phenomenal graphics, and a well-crafted mod. What do you get? You get pretty fucking realistic looking pictures. To the point where if I wanted to, if I was devious like that, I could put this on Instagram and tell people that this is a real Ferrari. And guess what? They believe it. I mean, whenever you're doing virtual stuff, you want to dang near ensure that people do not know if it's real. They only know it's fake because you told them it was fake. That's what you're striving for when you're doing virtual stuff. You know what I mean? Whether that's people, your characters, whether that's vehicles, you are striving to ensure that people do not know that it's real. Or fake. You know what I mean? Only because you told them it was fake. If people see the photo and be like, oh man, those are cool graphics. You messed up. Okay? You messed up. If people look at the picture and like, dang dude, that's my dream car, man. That's my dream car. And they're talking about how they wish they could get that car. And man, you snap some great pictures and they think it's real. You're doing a dang good job. Keep it up. Keep it up, baby. You know what I mean? If somebody knows that it's not real, you gotta go back to the drawing board, alright? You gotta go back to the drawing board. You don't ever, when you're doing virtual photography, you do not ever want people to know that it's not real. You when it comes to virtual photography, are trying your greatest to fool people without actually fooling them. You're gonna tell them, of course, that it's not real, because you want people to know, like, yo, I'm so freaking skilled that I made this virtual stuff look real. You know what I mean? You're gonna tell them it is fake. You want to tell them it's fake. Because if it is real, I mean, obviously you're a great photographer because the pictures are clean as fuck. But you also want people to be like, whoa, I thought that was real. You know what I'm saying? If you show somebody your virtual stuff and you're like, and they say, dang, I thought that was real. You know you're doing a fucking good job. Okay. If they say, dang, those are clean graphics, it's like, you're doing decent, but not good enough, baby. You want to fool people into believing that you're fucking, that is real. At least that's what I strive for when I'm doing virtual photography. Is making people believe that it's real. If they believe it's real, then I know I did my job right. If they don't, I ain't do my job right. You know what I'm saying? Right at the back so you can see the back Ferrari emblem. Put that joint. Back it up a little bit because there's a little too much light. Or actually, you know what? Let me lift it. I forgot I had this one slightly low. Here we go. Reduce all that glare a bit. There's a lot of glare over there. You want to fool people into believing that that crap is real, son. Is it really real, son? Is it really real? Is it really real, son? Is it really real? Just a little bit closer. Actually, let's get the shine off that back wheel. Let's get that back wheel shining. I just realized that back wheel ain't shining. You can't use the bronze wheels and not have the bronze shining. You know what I'm saying? That bronze got to be gleaming. Or maybe not that much. That's a little too much. That's a little too much. Boom. Come on, man. You gotta trick people into believing that your virtual stuff is real. That's how you know you're doing a good job. If somebody actively comes out of their mouth saying, dang, dude, those snapshots are amazing. Or they say, I thought that was real. Man, shoot, dude. Can I open the doors? Or do I gotta get out of photo mode? Dang it. I gotta get out of photo mode. Hold on, do I have 5 first? I got 5 first. Just smelling these dang Reese Puffs because they're just sitting here and I ain't really eating them. Too sweet. I need an actual meal, man. That looks stupid clean. Look how clean that is, dog. You can't even tell, dog. If it wasn't for the fact that you know I'm on Cyberpunk, y'all wouldn't even know, you know what I mean? That's what you want when you're doing virtual stuff. Do not for a second want people to know that it's not real. Unless you tell them. Now, could you fool people into believing something is real? I mean, if you want to, yeah, sure. It's not like you're actually going to be hurting anybody. After all, you took the hours in and fucking designed these photos, you know? But I like letting people know that it's not real. Because then they really know. They're like, dang, you did that like that so good, I thought it was real. That really lets people know, like, yeah, I'm like that, baby, I'm like that. Versus if, you know, you tell them it's real. It's great snapshots. You can do the dang snapshots so good. I mean, virtual photography, the difference between virtual and real photography is real, you have to go to the location. Virtual, you have to virtually go to the location. It has never taken me 7 hours to, realistically, if I'm being 100% honest, I haven't had yet. I haven't had to take 7 hours to create something for real life as I have with the games, Cyberpunk specifically, because with real life, it's real life. The beauty of what you're capturing is already there. You're just going to enhance it a bit and then show the world of people who may not be able to go there themselves. As with virtual, your job is to fool people into believing what you've created is real. If you don't, well, it's like, you know, you just hop on any old basic game and take some screenshots and then share them with people. That's cool, but that ain't, you know what I mean? That doesn't really display your skill level. You want something that's going to display your skill level. You want people to be fucking completely and utterly fooled and shocked at the fact that, dang, that's crazy. I never thought a game could look so real. 6.8 is good. You know what I mean? Real life photography is capturing beauty and enhancing it a bit and then showing people, like I said, they may not be able to go there. They might not have the money. They might not have this or that. They might be too scared to go some of these certain places. Although with today's technology, if I want to get screenshots on top of a mountain, I don't actually have to go up on top of that mountain. I'm cooling on that mountain climbing stuff. You know, mountain climbing isn't really an activity a lot of us black folks are really down to do. So it's a little, you know, there's danger levels to everything. That is beyond my danger threshold. But with drones, you can pull that off. There's a lot of things people aren't willing to do that you can do. Capture that beauty, and you show people, like, dang, that's gorgeous, great photography, great photography. With virtual, like I said, it's the attempt to fool people into believing that it's real. And if you can pull that off successfully, you have created a successful, what the heck did I just say? You have created a successful career in virtual photography, my baby, my boy. Okay, that's what it's all about. I be trying to get this crap to look as real as possible. I do photos with my characters, cars. Now, scenery is harder. Scenery is always harder to make look as realistic as possible because, I mean, clearly, there's nowhere in California that looks like Night City. So scenery, a lot of times, this is why you don't really see much scenery from me from Cyberpunk because it's less than possible. There's no place in the world that looks like Night City. However, that doesn't mean you can't still make it look extremely realistic. You can fool people into believing that Night City is a real place that is just as good. That is easily just as good. No, maybe I should start doing more scenery in Night City because that would be a feat in itself. Is getting Night City to look real. That would be quite the dang challenge. You know what? I think that's something I'm going to be up for this week. But don't be surprised if you see some Night City scenery in the next photos of the week. Or no, there is no photos of the week. Photos of the month. Which is on 4th of July. So I'm going to be doing a lot of fucking 4th of July themed stuff. Actually, no, I'm wrong. There is a Friday this... No, there's not. The next Friday... Oh, yes, there is. That's the 27th. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to do that this week. 27th of Friday coming up. Oh, I'm going to try some crap. What settings we got? Matter of fact, let me save these settings. See how to save. Oh, there we go. Let's save them settings real quick. Because we need to open up the doors. Open up the doors. It's the strive of making the crap look. It's the strive of fooling people. Virtual photography is striving to absolutely... Oh my goodness, I didn't think you would actually be able to open the back. Holy crap. Wow. I genuinely did not think... Oh, you can't open the front though. I genuinely did not think you would be able to open up that back. Look at that. Trying to figure out why it's all scratched up though. This Ferrari has seen some use, that's for sure. Alright, back up on the roof. Safety mode real quick, because I don't know if it's gonna spawn us in her dang armpit again. We can't be too safe. There's no such thing as being safe when it comes to Cyberpunk. Okay, yep, I was right. It did not do it this time. Got hit. Head boom. Oh, what am I doing? Go ahead and just load that up. Ain't the same at all. What the fuck? Just bright as fuck. What's going on? That is not the same settings we had. There we go. I gotta look back at the photos and see where we were. This is not what we had. This is not what I saved. I go way down now. 50. Background looks a little different, but the color is the same. I mean, that happens. Should have, but it does. You know, sometimes you might be doing some pictures in real life and things just change, you know. Alright, so for this one, we kind of want to focus on backside again. Get real nice and close to that there engine. Put that angle on. Oh, not too much. The person gonna have to look sideways just to see anything. That is something you never really want to do, is put too much angle in your photos, then where people gotta look to the side just to see your photos. People gonna give up. For good reason. Nobody who the fuck wants to bend their neck that much, you know? I don't blame them. Time I see a photo that's too carved to the dang side, I keep it moving. Like bending my neck that dang hard just to look at the photo. Pull that up about there. And depth of field. The cleanness on that. How clean that is, man. If you can fool a man, you can fool. If you can fool one man, you can fool 10. If you can fool 10, you can fool 100. If you are doing that, then that means your virtual photography is on working point, baby. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and get a look at the inside. I can't. I'll say what the heck. I can't steer the. Couldn't steer the camera for some reason. What did I turn off? Oh, just accidentally turned some off. The inside is real nice and clear. Cameras toward the interior. I don't remember where I put that. Let me put that one right there though so you can see that side clear, more clear. 62, so let's put this one on about that side as well. Drop that down a bit. I'll bring it up. That one's on that side. I can stay where it is. That's good. That one is fine. This one we curl down. So you can really get a good look at the interior. At 18, so 2 more. Last one, we should get a good one way, way back. You can really see the whole car. Reduce that tilt a little bit. Remove that collision. Get real close. Or actually, let's do one at the dash. But no, actually, might not even be able to, fortunately. Car's kind of small, camera's kind of large. Actually, duh. Let me just back the camera out. Back the camera way up. Kind of hard to see anything if we got it that close. Sitting in the front seat. Head up some more. The Ferrari steering wheel. I have to put this in. That is not changing very much. I think we gotta. I think we're a little too close. This doesn't really know what to focus on because of how close we are. Now, for stuff like this, you can't really Not a whole lot you can do to change the lighting, so better just to lighten it up a little bit. Take a picture of the inside. Because it's too dang close. It's too small of a space. We can't actually change the lighting too much. The lights are only going to make so much of a change on this close up. That looks perfectly clean right there. For the last one, we go way back. Oh, a little too close. And get the entirety of the car. Hood well open as well. That lighting back down. $55 for this one. I probably should have closed the front door so you can see the wheel. I have to do it from this angle. You know what a car I need somebody to make? A 1998 Subaru Speed 12, the regular one, not the one with all the wings and all that stuff, not the race car variant. I mean, both were pretty much a race car variant. I mean, they had freaking 800 horsepower big block V12s, but just the regular variant, not the one with the wings and all that. If somebody makes that car, oh my goodness. One of the greatest cars to ever grace the earth. I gotta give the British folks love on that one. You know, they be complaining too dang much about American cars. American cars suck. Man, get the fuck out of here. But I gotta give them love on that car. That car has been one of my favorite cars since I was a fucking kid. That car is amazing. Nothing less than amazing. That dang thing is. It's an incredible looking car. I'm about to put this cereal up real quick. I'm not gonna eat this. I'm gonna have a little snacky snack, but I'm not gonna eat that. So I'm gonna be right back, folks. Alrighty. That is a full 10 for the Ferrari. I had to stop and do at least one set of car pictures. That'd be crazy to do none, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I ain't saved this. Much better setup than what I had before. Car. Oops. Lighting. Save. Save with the name. 2. Get rid of 1. 1 sucks. Delete. Alright, Ferrari pictures. Boy, Ferrari. Look at that thing. Use these graphics. Let's move over to Mexico V. With that new suit I had downloaded, that's gonna look fly on her. Matter of fact, too, after all these dang years, I could probably finally give her a new hairstyle. Her hairstyle has, she's been rocking it for a very long time, but I never actually liked it all that much. A lot of the cyberpunk hairstyles, they're cool, but, you know, when you start seeing the stuff that people are creating, it becomes, you know, a lot harder to care about those old hairstyles. Newer ones are just too dang good. Or not newer ones, but the stuff people creating is just too dang good. Most of my characters, unless it's that afro, they are not really rocking old school hairstyles or original hairstyles no more. The vanilla hairs. The heck? Oh, sandstorm inbound. Get that bullcrap out of here. Worried about no dang sandstorm. Alright, let's get her suited real quick. Oh. Residences. These apartment. Check out some hairstyles on this fool real quick though. I got a couple of them. I think a few of them she might rock quite well. I'd be surprised if she don't rock any of them good. Thing with creating your character, you gotta make sure you give them the best of the best. Problem with a lot of the vanilla hairstyles is like I said, they were great when they first were about and around, but as time goes on, not so much, you know what I mean? Not so much. It's a good thing I did that. This lady used to have tattoos, but I got rid of them because they just, I'm like, hey, the character's supposed to be like a professional model. She's got the height and all that, but with a full set of tattoos, probably not. Probably much harder to get a professional modeling job when you have a full body of tattoos. Plus, it just didn't make sense. A rich kid from Mexico, you know what I mean? I don't think she really gonna have tattoos like that. This hair matches her quite well. It's been a long time since I've had her with a regular hair color. She's been rocking this pink and brown for a long time. And honestly, it's probably just gonna stay like that. It's just clean. It's a part of her now. It just works. We're gonna make her rock this short hairstyle with the suit. That'd be clean. Short hairstyle with the suit. And some kind of heels. Who made that jump? Oh, here we go. For this character, we definitely should go with the pinstripe. These are very soft colors. Swirl, pinstripe. There we go. Yeah, see, this suit clean. See, I was about to use this for OG V. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Let me save this for Mexico V. It'll fit her a lot better. Pretty much, majority of the dang sets I do with her, she's always rocking some kind of very formal fit. It would only make sense to have her rock this outfit. I forgot what the heck it was called. Hold on. Pin stripe. There we go. There we go. That's much easier. I kind of forgot you can search stuff. That makes things a million times faster. She has white nails, so I'm gonna go white for the toenails as well to make it match. With, I'm thinking like some black heels maybe. Yeah, those should work. Some black heels. Unless we go within the apartment, then we might not need the heels. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. The suit is clean, though. The suit is on. She rocking the crap out the suit. Let's see. What would be a good place to pull up to? Hmm. Uh. Thinking Morelli's apartment, but I do also kind of use it a lot. Just a great looking apartment. I don't think I've ever used it on her though. I've used it on the outside, but never the inside, so it might actually be just fine. See, this place right here is fancy. It's a really fancy place. I've done many a pictures with her on the outside, but never on the inside. Then they got this real nice couch right here. The suit. Or if it'd be too laggy or like deep in the middle of the city though. Shouldn't be too bad. Should be good enough at least where I can do them. What matters the most. Turn it all the way down. It's off, but just in case, try to reduce the lag as much as possible. These ones might be a little slow to put together. That lag ain't clearing up. Alright, let's see. Let's see. It's all about how they get done though, you know? I always expect it to be laggy when I'm doing these photos. It's really about how you get it done though. I want to use this lighting, but I don't know if this is going to work. It might make the background too dark unless I do, I mean, I could put some lights in the background to help. Really depends sometimes. She's not a pale toned character, so it shouldn't be too hard. Sometimes you never know. Sometimes these buildings, indoor buildings, just don't take lighting too well. Let's use the balcony of that one building. There's another building that has a really nice balcony. It's way up there too. It's never really laggy. I kind of just recently started really making use of it. Actually, matter of fact, that'd be a good idea. I forgot what the fuck that place is called though. It's one of these buildings. One of these buildings is way up there. That thing is up. I don't remember which one it is though. You see, how do I get outside? Which building it is. One of these buildings you could teleport to. It has a balcony, all that fancy stuff. It's up there. But I don't remember. I'm looking around as if I'd be able to see it. This game too dang big. I don't remember whose it is though. There's a lot to choose from. That's for sure. I don't think it was the Slayton. You see? I don't know if I recognize the Slayton name. I'm hungry. I ain't gonna lie. I'm quite hungry. I ain't eat breakfast. I mean, well, I did eat breakfast, but I didn't eat half of the breakfast. Fucking stupid egg, man. I was getting ready to murder them eggs, too. Like I said earlier, man, your boy's a fucking professional when it comes to the eggs, baby. I don't think many people be making eggs how I make eggs. You feel what I'm saying? Them eggs was something special. Nah, this ain't it. I'm pretty sure this is lower than where we just were. This is nice though. I've used this a couple of times. The apartment I was at though was up. I really don't remember which one that is. Intruder detected. Enemies have been alerted. This character's a shotgunner. I'm not worried about no fucking enemies, dude. My 3 original characters are my only characters who have builds. Everybody else is just models. That's it. OGV, as most of y'all know, she's the melee. Big dog melee build. Mexico V, who we're on right now, she's a shotgunner / machine gunner. I mostly only use shotguns though, just because they're more fun and more devastating. And then Country V, she's a net runner / stealth pistol. They're the only 3 who got builds though. Everybody else got no builds. The heck is that building right there destroyed like that? Oh, that's a bunch of cranes. This is it. Oh, shoot, yeah, this is it. Still a little laggy. Why is there so many dang cameras up here? Where her gun at? Why she ain't got no... Take all her guns at? Oh, left him at home. Whoops. You ain't supposed to walk outside your house without the heater. It's nice city. Oh, let me use that spot. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to do these photos. Oh shoot, I forgot she's still kind of low. This spot cool, but I think I'd rather build a setup. Building the setups on that island is just too. It's just too cool. It's just too cool. Pull up to the island, man. She got the suit on too. I'm thinking a red room, white floor. She got the black suit on. It'd be swaggy. It'd be too to use a regular apartment. Don't get me wrong, those apartments is cool as fuck, but when you have free access to an open zone like this, you know, kind of just want to use it a lot all the dang time. It's the sickest island I've ever found, man. Technically, I didn't find it. Somebody else found it. I just followed along their video. She got any cars? Nice. I need to do more on this lady. I don't do enough on her, clearly. To be fair, I don't do a whole lot these days on Cyberpunk outside of taking photos. Don't get me wrong, Cyberpunk is one of the greatest games of all time. But I just be so focused. I just be so focused on getting my photos and stuff done, I don't be thinking about it. Usually when I get on here is for photos, baby. You know what I want? I have not had a hamburger in a good old tasty cheeseburger. That would be bussin' right. Immaculate. Fall down. Actually, it's gonna be for the floor. We're gonna keep that. Oops. Go ahead and make the floor a matte white. The fuck? You see how fast she was backing up? What's up with the backup animation? That looked terrible. 90. Make it huge. Oh. It's not too tall. Boom. Alright, and let's get those walls up. Go red for this one. I'm gonna add a bit more. I want more of an old school look for this. Give you that real good, classic, expensive Mexico look. Or dark red or light red? Dark red is cool, but I think I want more color. Yeah, light red really gives you a lot of good color. It looks kind of orange right now. That's only because of the sun. You'll see. You'll see it once we get into photo mode. It's pretty red, pretty dang red. Which is what we want for this character. Some big. In the sun, it does look very orange though. It's looking pretty orange. Y'all probably like, this dude colorblind. I promise you, you'll see it's red. It is really orange right now. In the sun, it is very orange. But you'll see how red it is once we get into photo mode. Boom, got the full red. Let's go ahead and take the roof round color. All right, let's go with a. Let's find a good carpet. Oop. I think Breezy got some carpets or rugs. No. Thought he did. Rug? Oh, there we go. Geo, what's that look like again? Nah, that's not gonna match what I'm looking for. Nah. That's it. That's what we're looking for. Going for that 1970s look. Kind of, sort of. I mean, her suit is definitely more 50s look, but you know what I mean? Kind of expensive 1970s-ish vibes, you know? That down just a little bit so it's not clipping. Breezy again. Couch? Or no. Outdoor couch set is one of these two. Definitely not that one. That is not what we're looking for. This one. This is not what I was looking for, but that is nice. If I can't remember what I'm looking for, then I'm gonna use that one. The fuck was it called? Classic? No. Retro? I think it was retro. Retro. Fridge. I ain't looking for no fridge. What? Oh. I'm not looking at it. I forgot what it was called. Dang. It was like a seating setup. But I do not for the life of me remember what it was called. It was real nice. It matched his rug perfectly. See table, but I'm not for table. Couch? Problem is I think it was more than a couch though. I think I can find it. Set? Ah, come on, man. There's too many retro joints. I don't know what the fuck. You can't scroll. It's not like you could do a fine scroll. I'm probably passing it multiple times and can't tell because everything's just flying. Radio, chair and book bag, slinky. We're definitely not looking for that. Nintendo. Tamagotchi, VHS rack. I need the fucking fuck, man. I can't find it. Alright, let's go with something else then. Set? DJ set? I thought it had something like set in it or something. Or towel set. Vintage. Ah, that's the word we were missing. Vintage, not retro. I'm like, I know dang well. Vintage. Oh, it already has a couch. I mean, a rug. So get rid of this one. Despawn. Put this one down. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. Go ahead and steer that a little bit. Oh, still a little lopsided. For our background, any like speakers or something? Big speaker. That's not quite what I was looking for, but it might work. Oh, nope, that's what I was looking for. Oh, we can't make it no bigger. Oh, come on, man. I can't make it bigger than that. That, like, right there. Wait, actually, I just realized what I was about to do. I was about to put a speaker and a TV setup behind the couch. That wouldn't make a whole lot of sense now, would it? Despawn. About some wall plants. Or should we even do wall plants? Because we got it red for a reason, so I feel like we should do a picture instead. New York. I like that New York picture. We go ahead and take this, make that nice and huge. Back down. Put it up against the wall. Oh. Actually, as a matter of fact, so we can see it a little easier. Take this forward. Then, oh, a simple setup. Go ahead and turn them graphics up. I gotta use the bathroom. I'm gonna use the bathroom actually. We're gonna hop on Country V. Country V. Yeah, there we go. Fine. Ready to go. It's a simple setup. Sometimes simple is good. Okay, we got the lamp there. We got some plants here. Although this thing is floating for sure, but we ain't gonna be able to see that. Now the real challenge is This is a bit more red than I realized or remembered it being. Oh, hold on. Just in case. Oh, yep, see? Sometimes you be thinking, like, should I do it? And then you do it, and it's for good reason. Just sitting, she was just standing there, naked. Alright, boom. Now, we gotta attempt to reduce this amount of red. It still look pretty orange, I ain't gonna lie. So you'll see how red it gets though once we get our the lighting down. Boom, there you go. It's funny because it's called red, but it's definitely more orange. Until you put the lights where it should be. See, that's the beauty of a dark tone character is, you know, you ain't gotta move it too much. Nice and close. Oh. You definitely won't keep this hairstyle, but it works for now. Doesn't really match her all that much, but it works for the suit look, the old school look that we got going. We definitely don't need to really make this any orange. Now the thing is, this couch is tiny, so we gotta figure out how we're gonna make this work. This is a little itty bitty couch. I don't know who the fuck. You gotta be either short or this is meant solely for laying down on. It's like actually seated, your leg is gonna be extended. People gonna be tripping over each other and crap. A little bitty couch. Dang, tiny. Speaking of laying down, that's a good pose. A lift. Alright. And we're gonna have to move the set to her because we don't wanna change the actual background too much. Back. Add forward. Move it up to match her. I do this all the dang time because sometimes when you move your character, it affects your lighting. And if it affects your lighting, that's a whole lot of extra crap you gotta do and don't want to do. Completely unnecessary to have to do. Unless you just move the set to your character. Because it's going to be so dang close anyways, you ain't even going to really be able to see or tell that we moved the whole set. I mean, see, you can't even tell. You can't tell that it's floating. Definitely is. And you can't tell that it's not in the original position. I'm gonna be honest though, I am not feeling the red. It's a little too extreme. What I think I should do here is take the other walls, make them white, and then the one directly behind her, keep that one red. It's a little too intense. This is very red. This ain't gonna do good. Let's go. Like I said anyway, she's a darker tone character, so we're not gonna have to worry about the light drowning her skin tone out. It's not gonna happen that bad. Make everything else white, because there's a little too much going on. The red is just too strong. I kind of forgot red is a very strong color. It's not the brightest color, but it's very strong. That's the issue we're getting right now. It's the sheer strength. See how much better that looks? Way cleaner. The sheer strength of that red was just doing too dang much. Like down some. Now, color, much better. He's not horrifically drowned out by the superior redness. See her quite well. A little too well. Like I said, she's a darker tone character, so we gotta bring down that light just a little bit. I usually do about 50, but for pale characters, you kind of go about like 60. Depending on that character, sometimes, shoot, I done had to do 70 for a few of my characters, 70, 75 for a few of my characters. With this character and characters darker, usually 50 or less is perfectly fine. See what that looked like real quick. Dang, pinky still feel weird. This is the second time with this dang pinky I've accidentally shattered the fucking nail. It's always my right hand too, because it's my main hand. Here we go. It's a little too dark. We're getting a form of gray here. We have a lack of lighting. Say 85 should be good. This is what I was saying with the darker tone character. Because of her darker skin tone, we had it too dark. The photo looked kind of gray. Who's that? That should be a much better looking. That should be much better looking. I don't know how it keep happening though. Well, actually, that time, like I said earlier, I let the nail grow out just a little too long. Just as I was about to clip it, I went to grab my chair, and the crap, my hand slipped, and it pulled the nail up. Because when the thing is with this chair is there's not, it's more squared. It's more squared around the arm. So whether your nail is actually that long or not, it can grab. And that's exactly what the fuck happened to me. The nail wasn't that long. It was a little longer than it should have been, that's for sure. Like I said, I was busy, so nails was growing just a little too long. You know how you be watching videos with mechanics? Nails be long and dusty. What the fuck my craps was looking like. I'm like, I need to cut these. These look nasty. But before I got to do that, the chair had other plans. The chair forced me to cut the dang thing down in the worst way possible. I was gonna do it. I had the nail clippers in my hand. Tried to grab the dang chair. And my finger slipped. That crap pulled the fucking nail off the dang tip of my pinky. That crap hurt. And no surprise, of course, that crap hurt. And it's funny too, because that's what I was literally about to clip the nail to keep that from happening. And it happened before I got to do anything about it. Gotta be kidding me. That crap hurt. Surprised it didn't bleed that bad though. I have my methods to stop the bleeding as quick as possible. But as far as that went, I figured it would bleed kind of bad. Surprisingly did not though. Especially with the amount of water I've been drinking. You know, the blood is flowing nicely. I was able to stop it, I guess, soon enough. Otherwise, it would have happened. Fucking blood all on my dang finger. I mean, that dang time I was in a 4-hour standoff with a fucking giant wolf spider. Same thing happened. I had this dang pipe. It was a metal pipe. It was the only weapon I had to fight this dang spider, but she was sitting under my desk. It was definitely a female, because that thing was massive. It was sitting under my dang desk. So I'm stuck. There's no way in the world I could go to sleep with that thing just existing, you know? Trying to go to sleep with a gargantuan wolf spider in your room, pretty hard to do. Pretty dang hard to do. Dude, I ain't even trying. But the dang pipe I was holding, when it finally crawled up from under the desk, I hit that thing with so much force. But it fucking sliced my pinky finger. I still have that thing. I had no choice but to keep it. I bled in battle on that dang thing. So I had to keep it. No way I could just get rid of it. Without that pipe, that spider would have made his way into that spider would have lived in my room, dude. I never would have been able to live normally after that. The size of that dang thing, that thing was big. Probably one of the biggest spiders I've ever seen. That thing was huge. Big old wolf spider. The force I put into that smash cut my dang pinky finger open. I wasn't playing. I couldn't let that thing just be. There was no way. No way. 4 hours, I was stuck. 4 hours. Not even joking. Spider was too big to just let live. If it's like some little tiny baby spider, you know, who cares, right? If you can get it, you get it. If you can't, then whatever, I'm going to sleep. Not that thing. Oh, not that thing. That is not the type of bug you let just freely exist within your room. Too fucking big, could easily get up on your bed and cause some damage. Big old wolf spider. I'm just lucky that she wasn't carrying no babies. Because for those who don't know, wolf spiders carry hundreds of their babies on their back. I'm sure you could find a million videos on YouTube of people killing a wolf spider and then a bunch of little babies crawling out off of it. And if you have seen those videos and you never knew what kind of spider, you know now. Wolf spiders, man. They're big. They're aggressive. That's not the type of thing you can simply put on your hands and then carry it outside. Or at least I ain't willing to. Too much bug. Too much bug. It was like a little lizard or something? Yeah, sure. Little lizard. It's easy. Not no big fucking wolf spider. Not no big wolf spider with fangs that they'll happily use. Or not happily, but scary use because they're fucking terrified. That's the problem with bugs. A lizard, if a lizard is scared, they'll freeze up. So it's easy. They don't be trying to run and crap. None of that. Oh, her hands is clipping through her dang knee. Seriously? Ah, shoot. Guess we gotta get a little closer then. That's not gonna work, obviously. That's the downside to when you make your character's build from other people's, different from other people's builds. So then when you try to use certain poses, stuff like that be happening. Or it could be because the pants are baggy. I think it might be because the pants are baggy. That spider was big, gargantuan, behemoth. I'm pretty sure my dang blood is still on that pipe. I never cleaned it. Because I had no clue my hands was bleeding until I went to grab some tissue to clean the spider up. I had a fucking metal pipe and a bleach bottle. So that once I killed the spider, I could quickly spray it with bleach to ensure that if there was any little babies on the back, I wouldn't have hundreds of little baby wolf spiders crawling around on my floor. Luckily, there was only like 2. Or those, at least that was the 2 that made it. I remember finding 2 really small males running around my room after that. They were like tiny. But the sheer force bled on that dang thing, man. I bled on that thing. My pinky was open. Not like bad. I didn't need stitches. It was like a semi-normal cut. I remember holding the pipe and I'm like, why does it feel moist? I look down. I'm like, oh shoot. So not only did I got stuck in a 4-hour standoff with a spider, I also got my dang pinky finger cut. That was nice. I mean, it was cut enough that it was bleeding a decent rate. But not to the point where I needed stitches. Maybe I did need stitches and I just didn't get any because I didn't know no better. I mean, it cleaned up nicely. You can't even see that cut no more. I think. Let me see. Yeah, no, you can't even see it no more. You can definitely still see the dang cut I had on my pointer finger, though. This thing. I think it's safe to say that that's going to be there for pretty much the rest of my dang life. So, let me tell you a story of when I was a teenager. I was like 13, I think. Maybe younger. No, yeah, I was about 13, 14. Yeah, there's Black Ops 1. Okay, one of the greatest Call of Duties of all time, Black Ops 1. Black Ops 1, there was a weapon called a ballistic knife. It's a real thing in real life, but I didn't know that at the time. It's a ballistic knife. What it is it's a knife with a little button on the side. You press the button, it shoots the knife out forward. Kind of like giving a knife a long-range attack, pretty much. They sucked in real life. They were never actually used. But I wanted to make one myself. So I had a giant spring two giant springs from you know, the joints that hold the toilet rolls. They're usually white, and you can like, actually they come in like different colors, but they're the joints that hold the toilet rolls. They got giant springs in them. I used to take the springs out of those when I was younger, and I had this copper tube that came from a bunch of old lights that you would put in the backyard, in your backyard or in your front yard, kind of like like lights you would put at your, what's it called? Your walkway to your front door. There was a bunch of lights to those. Well, it was, I think my dad had got them at the time. He didn't need them, so I was using them. I was using the tubes. So I took a tube, and then I took one of the spikes from those tubes that you would use to actually put the things in the ground, and I was trying to cut the plastic off of the side, so it's like an X. So when you put it into the ground, it's got more security. I was trying to cut two of the sides off so that it was shaped more like a knife. Well, my dang fool self thought it would be a good idea to shave these plastics with a knife, with my pointer finger sticking out. And so, to no surprise whatsoever, when I was trying to shave the plastic, the knife got stuck. When it finally broke off, it hit the whole top end of my pointer finger got freaking clean shaved. I was looking at my finger for like a solid 10 seconds before I realized, oh shoot, a healthy portion of my finger is missing. To this very day, I still have the little, it's a circular scar that's still there to this day. My pointer finger does not have a print. A part of it doesn't have a print. And it's not as smooth as it used to be. It's got a little bit more texture now, but it's not a fingerprint texture. It's pretty ugly texture. I don't know what you would even call it. I don't know where all my seated poses are. Kind of forgot. So busy telling the story, I'm not paying attention. That's a good one. So, yeah. That left a scar. I still got that to this day. But the pipe, where the pipe cut me, I think that's gone. I don't see nothing on my other pinky. That wasn't nearly as bad, though. I mean, like a decent little chunk of my dang finger came off doing that crap. You know how when you be doing something stupid as a kid, in your head you hear something like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be doing that. It's dumb, and you do it anyways. It was one of those moments. Shouldn't be doing it. I kept doing it, and fucking cut the crap out of my finger. To this day, that was 15 years ago now. Still got a scar. The top, my pointer finger is still flat. Not flat, like it's rounded, but the skin on that part has no texture. I have no fingerprint on that side of my hand. It grew back in fully, but fingerprint, nothing. It looks like, you know how the storm on Jupiter looks? That is literally what this looks like. That is straight up what my finger looks like. Hey, I don't think a lot of these seating poses gonna work because how tiny this dang couch is. It's so fucking little. I didn't realize it was this little. Let me go back. Yeah, I got some other joints. Let me check my other joints. This little bitty couch is too small, man. Oh, I'm past it, right? Dude, car backfiring with no engine sound. What kind of crap is that? I ain't never heard that before. Usually you hear an engine. I just hear popping, but no engine. This man got a popping speaker system for his Tesla and crap. The fuck? I never heard that before. Car backfiring with no engine sound. That's some weird stuff. Is this the wrong one? I think I'm in the wrong one. Oh, okay. I know dang well. Here we go. Boom. It's still too dang small. Her foot definitely going through the floor. I think it's safe to say I chose a couch too dang small. Especially for this character. It wouldn't work all that well with her because she's supposed to be fairly tall. it's safe to say I goofed. Try this one. I chose the Liberty couch. I mean, to be fair, I ain't used this setup in a long time. Been at least like 4 months now since I've used this. So I completely forgot that the couch was actually that small. I mean, it's possible to use. I just don't know if I have that many lame poses. I'm sure that new pose pack I do. One of the newer pose packs I had downloaded was it had a lot of great poses, but the main purpose that person intended it for was for you know, for all my folks out there who are infatuated with toes. That's what it was mainly meant for. Problem is, well, I don't know which poses are not for that yet because I ain't used it. Had a lot of great poses. But it was definitely I mean, he was very loud and proud about it. He was definitely 100% advertising the fact that this was for you know, the feet folks. I've noticed that's a thing. Well, I guess I can't say these days. That's been a thing forever, honestly. People will happily let you know that, you know, about that toe life, that feet life. I've noticed that over the years. You would see it in music videos and crap. You see it in TV show, not TV shows, movies. I'll say I was too young. I didn't watch TV at that time. I mean, shoot, actually, when I was a teenager, I watched a decent amount of TV. You would see it in TV shows and stuff. Like, oh, y'all not hiding it, huh? I never knew that that was a thing that, you know, people really liked. They do. They'd be dead serious about it, too. They'd be dead serious. There's a director. Quentin Tarantino? Him. He's one of those guys. You dang near can't see a single one of his movies without seeing some toes, man. Now, I will say, you know, some people take very great care of themselves, so I understand it to an extent. It's the peoples who be it's the other folks. You got two types of peoples. Okay, you got people who like things, and you got people who really like things. Those ones, I don't understand those ones. I don't understand those folks. Okay, I can't say it on YouTube because that's yeah, I'm sure some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Some people like things. It's like I say this all the time. Some people play games. Some people live games. Okay, me, I play games. Okay, but some people, they live games. Right? Me, I play a game when I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? But most of the time, if I'm gonna get on a game, I'll more than likely be doing my little photography thing here, right? Some people, on the other hand, you feel me? I got 1,012, 13. I have 1,300 hours in this game because this is what I do most of the time. Some people have that same amount of time I got, but because they're actually playing Cyberpunk. Now, don't get me wrong. Cyberpunk is easily one of the greatest games I ever played, dude. This was one of the first games, story games, that ever, like, had me like, dang, actually feel bad for my character and crap like that. But I just be playing games. You know what I'm saying? Some people live games. It's like that with some of them folks. Some people like certain things. Other people really like certain things. Some of these folks be out here doing the craziest. Some of these folks out here be with the madness. Okay? Some of these folks be out here really on that. Yeah, while we were so dang close, she's not on that couch at all. That's why we were so close. Oh, actually, she is on the couch. Oh, no, she's not. Okay, yeah, she's floating like crazy. So you gotta do illusions and tricks and stuff. Be floating like crazy. But because we were close, didn't even tell. Till I just showed you. You know what I'm saying? It's like these. That's clearly what this pose was meant for. Have I used it? Absolutely. Hey, I have no problem with pandering toward what people like. As long as it ain't too much. Don't be asking me for no craziness. Feel what I'm saying? Don't be asking for no madness. I'll be telling people all the time. DeviantArt is for the stuff that's a little too much for Instagram, but never too much. Don't go over there expecting some crazy crap, because that's not what I do. That is not what your boy does. Get back down a bit. Put that right about there. Some people like things. Some people, they love certain things. And some of them folks, boy, they be on madness. I gotta really use the bathroom, so let me take this one photo and I gots to go use the bathroom real bad. I'm seeing some shadows here, but I think that might be just the simple caving of her shoulder blades. Sometimes I'll be accidentally overcorrecting stuff and not realizing that's just natural shadows from like shoulder blades and stuff. Let's change up the smile real quick too. Try not to make my characters do the same face in every photo unless that's just that character's style. This character I usually try to change it up quite a bit. She's supposed to be more on the professional side. You gotta do like different faces, different poses and stuff. I mean, obviously different poses. Be doing the same pose in each and every photo, that'd be kind of odd. Quality on these are real nice and clean too. We did a good job meshing in with that strongest like red wall. It's typically why you don't see a lot of red. You'll see my characters wearing red, but you won't see a lot of red around them. Red is a hard color to work with. It's too dang strong and will absolutely change the trajectory. I'm saying that word all wrong, but you know what I mean. The trajectory of your photo. Feel what I'm saying? We'll be right back, though. I gotta use the bathroom. Okie dokie. How many we got for this character? Four? Four more? We're at fifth. We need four more. We're gonna hop on a country V, do a little set for her. And I need to eat. I'm freaking starving. 5? Oh, shoot. I'm 2 hours late. Oh, shoot. Somebody said something 2 hours ago. I'm just now seeing it. Well, OBS streamer protection mode is working now. Goodness gracious, 2 hours. Alright. But yeah. I ain't know when I was a youngster, though. I ain't know that was a thing that people were heavily into. But then, once I did learn, I didn't know how crazy it really got. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was like, okay, I guess it's fairly normal. Then you see it in like TV or movies and stuff, and it's like, that's a little odd, I guess. But, you know, whatever. People like what they like. Then you see the folks. Them folks, you know what I mean? Them dudes. Some women, you'd be surprised. The thing is, the reason why you never really hear it from women though is because women are more, they're not quite as open about their their things as dudes be. Dude will let you know all day and not give a crap what your thought is on it. Not even a little bit. You'd be like, oh, that's weird, that's weird. And he'll be like, so? As for a woman, she's usually a bit more conscious to people's thoughts on things. But even that's becoming less. I keep seeing TikTok memes pop up. I don't even freaking use TikTok. I used to upload to it, but to actually sit there and watch it, never. You be seeing like TikToks pop up of it, of women making them jokes now. It's like, is there, you know as they say, every joke has a bit of truth to it. And I'm seeing a little too much now. I'm seeing a little too much now. The fuck, that crap everywhere. I mean, hey, people gonna like what they like, you know. People gonna like, that's definitely not gonna work now on this little bitty couch. People gonna like what they like, you know what I mean? Me personally, I ain't got a problem. You do you. Got nothing to do with me. You feel me? I know that's one issue that's big in the modern day. Too many people are worried about what other people are doing. Too many people. You know what I'm saying? Too many people out here. Be out here giving a crap. Like, but this ain't got nothing to do with you. Nope, I'm complaining about it anyways because I ain't got nothing else to do. Like, man, shoot, dude, you better figure out something to do. Why fools be losing their hairlines at like 19, 20 now? You know, they said the age for male pattern baldness was like 19 to 32. Back in the day, you know, you would really see dudes start losing their hairlines and stuff at like mid to late 20s into their early 30s. Now I'm seeing fools going bald at like in their teens, early 20s. Because these fools be stressing about every dang thing. Oops. Actually, yeah, I don't need that. These fools be stressing about everything these days. And the crap don't even concern them. Oh, shoot. Excuse me. That was a powerful sneeze. Crap don't even be concerning folks. They'll be like, no, I'm gonna complain about it anyways, just because I got nothing else going on. Oops. She's sitting down. We don't need to change the light now there. It's another. I be seeing people, they be getting upset about anything these days. Only thing I'd be upset about is that I ain't got the money, the amount of money I need. But that's what I'm working toward. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm working toward. Instead of sitting around being upset about what the next man is doing. I'm putting in the work that I need to get to where I need to be. You know what I mean? Right now, I get to do that, starting off with some virtual photography. Will I do virtual photography in the future? Abso-freaking-lutely, because this is something I enjoy doing. Then, when I get to start doing some real stuff too, you're going to see the real stuff and the virtual stuff side by side. I'll be seeing people complaining about every little thing. It'd be crazy. Like, one of the big issues I unfortunately have on YouTube right now is YouTube ain't really sending my stuff to a whole lot of people. So, how do I fix that? Build more watch hours. Start getting taking the money that I make off of the channel and recycling it into ads, which will help me build more watch time. Now, because of the nature in a lot of my videos, I don't always get to put ads directly on the videos, but I can put ads on the channel trailer, which helps quite a bit. The channel trailer gives people a general idea of what it is that I do. You know, and if they want to subscribe, they subscribe. If they don't, they don't. Simple as that. No complaining, no fussing, no none of that. Just get the work done. Get the work done. Do what needs to be done. And boom, you'll be where you feel that you should have been. You just can't get stuff handed to you. I keep seeing mad people. They be complaining about all kinds of crap. This is, you know, this ain't the way it should be. That ain't the way it should be. Should my videos be getting as much views as they used to? I believe so. Are they? No. So, I just gotta put the work in. But then again, at the same time, it's my fault is why my videos don't get the views they used to get. If I wouldn't have deleted my stuff and then re-uploaded it and then deleted it again and then re-uploaded it again and then deleted it again and then start re-uploading again, you know, that's not even being over dramatic. That's legit how many times I did that dumb crap. I was doing the photography stuff in mix with the gaming stuff. Like if you go back to my old videos, those are not the only videos that existed. There was once a lot more videos here. Now most of them are over on the gaming channel. Oh shoot, I took too many pictures. Oh, I took the same picture on accident. Oh, because the angle was bad on the other one. So, alright, boom. On to Kentucky v Victoria. You know, I had a bunch of gaming videos, deleted them because I wanted to change this over to a photography channel because the other channel should have stayed a gaming channel, but realistically I shouldn't have done any of that. I should have kept the gaming videos and then just slowly merged into the photography stuff, which people surprisingly ended up liking more any dang ways. But no, I thought it was a better idea to delete the stuff, re-upload, or no, delete the stuff, make some new stuff, delete that stuff, re-upload the old stuff in masses, and delete it in masses again, and now here we are now. But that's why my stuff ain't doing as good as it should be, you know? But I have to be the one to fix that, you know, instead of complaining and being like, oh, this isn't working, that's not working. Fix it. You know what I mean? Put the time in, put the work in. Sooner or later, it'll get better. Drop some ads. Share your stuff to fucking every other social media as much as you can. That's what I do. Shoot. I be sharing my crap to Twitter. I used to do Facebook, but I don't anymore because for some dang reason they don't let you automatically share no more. Like whenever I hit share, it says this channel opted out of this or whatever the fuck. I'm like, I don't even know what that means. So I set it back. Somebody said how you set it back didn't work. So I'm like, okay, forget Facebook is filled with fucking 60 and 70-year-olds any dang ways. They too busy falling for AI pictures. You know what I'm saying? They too busy falling for AI stuff. So forget Facebook. I'm just do every other website. I'll be posting my crap to fucking unknown websites. But if it helps bring in the views, it helps bring in the views. And that's what matters the most. I be seeing too many people, you know what I mean? They be on this junk. My crap's not getting any views. This isn't fair. Now, what's fair is the amount of, what's unfair is the amount of fucking unnecessary complaining that's being done and not no work. You feel what I'm saying? It is insane the amount of TikTokers and YouTubers who be on here talking about, oh man, this ain't working, that ain't working. Shoot. A lot of things ain't gonna work if you don't put the time in. And like I said, I know at the end of the day, I can't really complain about the lack of views that my videos get in the modern days because it's my fault. They were doing pretty dang good before I deleted, uploaded, deleted, uploaded, deleted. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna hustle. Record more, stream every now and then, you know what I'm saying? Keep it moving. Take the extra money, put it into ads. I can't always put ads on my videos, so instead I put it on the channel trailer. Will it help old videos that didn't get a whole lot of views? Probably not, but as long as it goes up. And as long as people are enjoying what I'm doing. That's the most important thing. People are actually enjoying what I'm doing. Let's test out some hairstyles real quick. See what would look popping on Victoria here. Oh, I forgot to turn down the graphics. I'm lagging like crazy. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. You feel what I'm saying, though? I be seeing so many dang people out here complaining about this and complaining about that, and you shouldn't like this and you shouldn't like that. Man, shoot, dude. Let people do what they do, unless it's genuinely hurting people. If it's genuinely hurting people, then fucking lock that fool up. Get that fool the fuck up out of here. You know what I mean? But if it's something simple, let people do what people gonna do. People want to get high, just don't be around them while they doing it. That shoot. You get high all you want, just don't be getting high around me. You feel me? Alright, let's test out some hairstyles real quick. I can't really show y'all because, well, she ain't got no dang clothes on at the moment. But you'll see once we done. This afro was cool looking, but now that I'm seeing it on all of my characters, each and every single one of these fools look crazy as fuck with that hair. I don't think I'm actually going to use it for anybody. Now, Victoria here has long curly hair, and I think the hair that we were just rocking on OGV would probably do her quite well. So we're going to see what this looks like on her. It's a little big and ridiculous looking in the mirror, but once you actually see it in the game, it's pretty clean. Let's get her a little simple type fit, little Y2K type fit. You know what the craziest part is, too? If I would not have deleted all my old stuff, I would have been getting paid off of this channel. I was right there from 4,000 watch hours. And for some odd reason, well, I guess I can't say for some odd reason, that's indecisiveness for you. Indecisiveness will make you do some really stupid choices. If I wouldn't have did that, then I would have been getting paid. But you know what? It is what it is. You make mistakes, you learn from them. Let me see here. And when I had that 4,000 watch hours, I had around 300 videos. So I know I just need to grind back up and around to around 300-ish videos. And we'll be back in action. Right now, I only got 90. So I know I'm not going to be there. So I can't complain. You feel what I'm saying? You got a lot of people out here these days complaining about things that have easy fixes. Let's put the work in. Or, if it's something somebody else is doing, like I said, unless they hurting somebody, man, fucking let that person do what they do. Unless it's hurting somebody. If it's hurting somebody, get that fool up out of here. Let me keep it simple for this character. Let me give her the country style fit. Just a simple, it's summer too, little simple tank top with some fucking dolphin shorts. You can't go wrong. Oh yeah, boom, there we go. Actually, I like this one more. No, do I like this one? Yeah, no, this one's better. She got yellow nails? Why are her nails? Oh, from the 1970s pinup episode we did some time ago. She wearing red shorts, so we could do red nails. Oh, you know what? I messed up on OGV. She's not supposed to have long nails. She's a fighter. Ain't no fighter gonna have long nails. You can't do long nails and fight. I gotta change that later. She's not supposed to have long nails. I don't know why she got long nails. I must have did that on accident at some point. Or maybe it was for a photo set and I forgot to take them off. I don't do long nails on the melee characters because it doesn't make sense. You can't fight with long nails. You know what I mean? Unless you got the world's greatest finesse. But considering how brutal that character is, there's absolutely nothing finesse about her build. She is all brutality, zero finesse. straight brutality, zero finesse. You know how you be seeing people's Cyberpunk videos where they got you know, they be doing the sand division slow motion and the the mono wire slow stylish kills. My character is the exact opposite of that. She is bum rushing to a big group, slam the ground, and watch body parts fly. You know what I'm saying? Well, right now she's a little bit more finesse because I got her in her Native American build, dual tomahawk with the Witcher Witchblade, Geralt of Riviere's blade. So right now she's more finesse. But normally, big hammer, world crushing, knife throwing. Okay, that's typically what she is. Or sometimes I go bare hands. I don't even put a weapon on her. Just bare hands. That's my most brutal character right there. There is no finesse in that character. I would say second brutal is Mexico V. She's dual. I keep 3 shotguns on her at all times. Just buckshot everywhere. Splattering body parts. Do I have trucks on this lady? I don't know if I have trucks on this lady. Say for this character, let's pull up to the beach. She got the little summer fit on. Let's pull up to the beach. You know what I mean? But yeah, no subtleness. We don't do subtle. You know what I mean? Well, except for the character we're on right now. She's very subtle. She's a net runner / pistol build. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that's what weapon she got on her right now. Let me see. Not equipped it for some reason. Oh, yep, there we go. Pistol. Is it suppressed? It is suppressed. Revolver. Probably not suppressed. Revolver is suppressed. What the fuck? No, it ain't. Revolver floating. And then her third weapon, a sniper rifle. And she is, as you can see, net runner. So, she's my only finesse character. She's the only character that got finesse, which is kind of backwards, because usually, you know, she's supposed to be from the country. She's from Kentucky. A lot of Kentucky folks, a lot of country folks, I mean, you know, they're usually not all that much on subtlety. A whole lot of yeehaws and fucking guns in the air shooting. Then again, I guess the only character who would be subtle is Mexico V. You know, she was brought up in a very wealthy areas in Mexico, so she would be the only subtle. For OGV, you know, she from Watts. Watts folks not very subtle, most of them. Unless you've done something very bad, most Watts folks ain't very subtle. You know what I mean? Most folks from the hood ain't all that subtle, unless they're very specific, and that is typically your hitmen. Hitmen are extremely subtle, too subtle. So subtle that you have no clue that you're about to die until you're dead. Now you're up looking at your body laying on the ground. You're like, dang, how did that happen? You got caught lacking, baby. And even then, well, that was more back in the day. These hood folks today ain't so subtle no more. Little niggas everywhere with fucking full auto Glocks. Not a whole lot of subtlety in that. Back in the 90s, you know, you had fools rolling around with single fire, you know, regular pistols, Glocks, regular Glocks, Desert Eagles, maybe a little revolver, a little 38 or something to be real sneaky with. These fools today do not care about sneakiness, not one bit. There is no sneakiness in the modern day. Oh boy. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna say it's laggy. I have it right here on the beach. Normally I use that little spot right there, but these fools are always in the way. Matter of fact, let's get them out the way. Let me show y'all what the Netrunner do. Actually, I don't even need to reduce the graphics. I think she got enough power. I don't know, actually. I haven't been on her in a while. Contagion? Oh, yeah. Pop that on. The other two getting infected for sure. Look at that. Number two, I mean. She infected, and boom. Number 3, baby. Subtlety at its finest. They just falling over. Tracing location. You ain't gonna be able to find no location. And boom, there they go. They're done. But then now there's probably fucking throw up and blood all over it. So now we definitely can't use it. Kind of didn't think about that until now. We're gonna go ahead and just use the beach. Completely forgot about that until, uh-oh. Okay, her gear spawned in fast. I completely forgot to hide the screen. These little fools these days are not subtle. Don't give a crap about subtlety. But of all three of my main characters who actually have builds, she should definitely be the least subtle. But sometimes, you know, sometimes people want to be subtle. Is she from Kentucky? Yeah. Is she from down south? Yeehawing on all that? Yeehaw, y'all? Uh-huh. But, you know, some people just do their own thing. Some people just do their own thing. That was the theme for this character. You always gotta have your characters different from each other, like I said earlier. You can't have a bunch of one-sided characters, you know? Boring. You'll get bored of your characters. Bunch of cardboard characters. Can't have no cardboard cutout characters, you know? Boom. Go ahead and reduce that lighting just a little bit more. Because she is not that light. She is a dark-skinned lady. Old Miss Dark Chocolate. This hair is nice as fuck. It works for her too. I mean, it only makes sense that, you know, your characters with that rock big old afros should have thick, long hair when it's not set up into a big old afro. I'll probably mostly use it for her. Since with V, I tend to keep her hair in the ponytail. With OGV. You cannot see the sun in the background, I've just realized. Only one way to fix that. I mean, there's multiple ways to fix it, but there's the one way that I want to fix it. And that is by spawning my own sun. Because it looks cooler. Check this out. You know what I mean? Watch me spawn the whole sun. I ain't never seen anybody do this. You heard me? Sun. Literally. Boom. Not sun like from New York sun. No, sun like actually. Go ahead and move that way back. Gotta move it back again because she's orange right now. You know how hard it is to make a dark tone character look orange? Oh, I'm moving it the wrong direction. Ah, shoot. I moved it in the wrong spot. Look, it's the sun. Literally. Oh, what? How'd I do that? And now we gotta take the sun and move it over here. Which is not an easy task. Okay, actually, it's a little easy. It's actually cooperating with me. I keep on sliding it this way. Then we gotta get out the way. Slide it on this way. Oops, far. Lift it way up. Way up. That makes it, you know what I mean? Actually, let's bring it down a little bit. It's a little too high. And wow, now I don't have to back out and, you know, reset the skybox so I can get the sun to spawn back in. I can just spawn it myself. That is the beauty and the downside of having a bunch of mods. Certain things start to have issues. That certain thing being the literal fucking sun sometimes will despawn on you. I will say one thing though, this is a little too much hair. There's no hairstyle in Night City or in Cyberpunk that would represent this being a normal amount of hair for your character unless you make this their hairstyle and dang near their only hairstyle. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this pose pack doesn't have very many poses in it. That's more like that's a pose that you would use, that I would use for when I start doing start using those dang the porcelain stuff, the porcelains statues and all that. She in a regular fit right now, you know what I mean? She in a regular fit. That's not really I don't think you would really see somebody doing a pose like that on the beach. I mean, maybe. I don't know what people be doing a lot of stuff these days. You'll be doing all kinds of crap with these days, so you'll never know. But for this moment of time right now, where we're keeping it normal, it'd be a strange pose to see somebody doing on the beach. Yeah, see, this is too much hair. It doesn't. She looks great with it, but it doesn't fit her because there's nothing. I mean, it barely even fit OGV. I think it fit OGV just a little bit more because she's supposed to be half native, half Greek. But for this character with the afro, you take that afro and you lay it down. It doesn't transvert in this. This is too much hair. This is Italian people hair. This is Greek people hair. This is this some Western European hair right here. This is Hungarian hair right here. An afro, if you take your afro, if you have a large afro and you flatten it, your hair is gonna be stupid long, of course, but it won't have this serious level of thickness unless your hair is actually that long. Problem is, I've never had her with hair this long. She's always rocked the afro, which, you know, obviously if you have an afro, you have a lot of hair. I would know. I've had an afro at one point in my life. That's a lot of fucking hair. I cut it off because it was too much dang hair. Couldn't handle it. Although I'm about to try it again. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna try it again. But it's a lot of hair. This right here, though, this is too much hair. Don't look right. She ain't never had this much hair. I never gave her this much hair. OGV, I have given her that much hair a couple of times, but that's because it makes sense for that character. Half native, half Greek. Like I said, that's some Western European hair, Hungarian hair, Italian hair, or something like that. I don't know if that's the actual locations, but I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Make sure I ain't getting it wrong. Europe. I've spelled Europe wrong. There we go. Europe. Let me see all of Europe. Okay, I'm looking at Europe right now. I'll make sure I got my geologies right. I was not right. I was way off. That's Eastern European. Shoot. Oh man, I'm a dang dummy. Whenever people say Eastern European, you always think of like Russian, Soviets, and stuff like that. I never realized that Greece, Italy, and all those are indeed Eastern European. I guess Greece and Italy is more Southern European. But yeah, them type of folks. Them folks got a lot of hair. A lot of thick and usually dark hair. Which, like I said, that makes perfect sense for OGV. Half Greek, half Native American. Those are two races of people who have thick, dark hair. We black folks, our hair gets thick, and it can be very long if you actually decide to take the time to take care of it. Like I did. And then got tired of it, and then cut it off. We got thick and long hair, but not within the same sense. Not like this. Not like this. If you had, like I said, if you got a full-on gargantuan afro, and you know, when it comes time to clean your hair, you could really see how long a black person's hair can get. I know a lot of people don't know that we could grow really amazing hair, but we can grow some really amazing hair. I mean, just go find a picture of black people in the 70s. You'll see it. We can grow some incredible hair, but not like this. This is thinner. This is like I said, this is some Italian hair right here. It ain't working. I'm about to switch her back to her afro. It just don't look right. We gotta put her afro back on her head. It don't look right. This ain't working. We need her afro back. Watch how much better she look with that afro. Matter of fact, because I ain't made her rock that afro in a long time anyways. Let's go ahead. Let's head back to the crib. Put that afro back on her head. Apartment. That, to me, that afro is the best. Hands down, the best vanilla hairstyle. So much so to the point that every character of mine who's rocking that afro, that will forever be their main hairstyle. Country V, Damu, East LA V, OG V. Who the fuck else is rocking that afro? Dominican V. All of these characters that I got rocking that afro will forever rock that afro. That afro is so dang nice that I had to restrain from making other characters rock that afro because even some of my other characters look great with that afro. But, you know, you can't have all of your characters rocking the same hairstyle. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little ridiculous. Some of them got to be rocking something different. And this hair right here, I'm going to have to get rid of this. Y'all can't see it, but I thought it was clean at first until I started making all my characters rock it. They look homeless with that hairstyle. Some look homeless, some look psycho. It ain't good. It ain't good. Yeah, see, this afro is just too perfect. But like I said, this doesn't translate to what we just had to on her head. This is two different type of hair lengths and styles. Alright, let's take her back to the beach. User location, Pacifica. So this right here, this was cool right here. See, this is why though in the actual photography session videos, this is why I never add the behind the scenes of what I'm creating. We've been streaming for 3 hours. If I was to add the behind the scenes, that's how long each of those episodes would be. So instead I split them. You get the behind the scenes on the gaming channel. You get the actual photography on... Oh shoot, wait, hold on. I'm messing up, I don't think we're in the same location. The dang sun. Oh, that's right, I was right. I was about here. I gave the fools up there the diseases, the contagion. That's the greatest fucking net running hack there is. That contagion, there's nothing better. That crap is amazing. It's just too dang good. The way it be spreading and crap. And you could kill like fucking an entire group of NPCs within just one contagion. Crap is amazing. Boom, there you go. There's her normal hairstyle. Big old afro. Greatest hairstyle in the game, dude. They did a good number with this afro. Too many of my characters wear it. Too many. And for good reason. Oh wait, I'm like, why does this look like this? We're not in max graphics. It look clean, but not clean. It's clean, but it ain't popping. It ain't what I do. You know what I'm saying? It ain't what I do. The best hairstyle they made. Wonder when the next update's coming. I want to see some more cool stuff. More clothes, more cars. More styles, more everything. The game is just too good. This is one of those games. Uh-oh. Okay, she spawned in with her clothes. That's the second time I made that mistake. This is one of those games where I know I'll be playing this for a long time. This is the equivalent of Skyrim. This is the equivalent of Fallout 4. This is one of those games you know you're going to be playing forever. Mainly because you just can't be bothered, you know? It's you and your own little 3D world. You know, you come home from work, or you just been out traveling, you know, or whatever the fuck. You come home, you chill out, you just sit back, you play some Cyberpunk. Sit back, you play some Skyrim. You know what I mean? Not no Call of Duty, because that's just gonna stress you out. That's my problem with games like Call of Duty, is you played them for years, and for years you kind of fooled yourself into believing that you were enjoying yourself until you realize, you know what? This sucks. Now, to be fair, back in the day, Call of Duty was actually fun. Nowadays, a lot of times, the crazy part is the modern Call of Duties ain't even bad. There's just too many dang cheaters. God, dog, look at the size of that behemoth. I forgot she had this dang thing. Desert Eagle with a suppressor. I need a Desert Eagle in real life. I ain't gonna lie to you. That is my second favorite pistol of all time. First being the great and wonderful 1911. I almost forgot the name of the 1911 somehow. Nothing beats the 1911. Gorgeous pistol. I have one. Beautiful, beautiful pistol. I need a second one. I need one in 45. 45 got a little bit more customization. Mine's is a 10. 45 is old school though. Gotta have that 45. Just for the swag of it, you know, just to say you got an original style. Get my hands on a... Honestly, I just want a bunch of old school guns. You know, guns are for tactical and protection. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm an avid and true gun lover. And a lover of all things way older than me, except for certain things, of course. And guns are one of those things. All my guns, if I can, because I know it's going to be stupidly expensive, horrendously expensive, I need dang near every gun from World War One, which is going to be like $100,000. Dang near every gun from World War II, which is going to be like dang near $200,000. Okay. I need every gun from the Korean War that wasn't from World War II, and every gun from the Vietnam era that wasn't from World War II or Korean War, which is probably going to run me a grand total of $400,000 to $500,000. Okay. Will I be able to afford that anytime soon? Probably fucking not. But you gotta start slow. I've already started slow by having a 1911. Yeah, it's not a 45, but, you know, 10mm is something special. It really is. 10mm is something fucking special. So, you know. But one of these days I'll get my hand on a 45. But it's still a 1911. So, I started with one piece. That's a 1911. Okay? I need a second piece, though. When it comes to rifles, I think, because I mean, you don't need a rifle, but you sure enough want one, okay? And it's got to be an AK. I need to get my hands on an AK. I'm talking about a full AK. I know fucking Draco. Don't get me wrong, Dracos look cool, but what the fuck you gonna do with a pistol-sized joint suit shooting 7.62 by 39? Not a whole lot. You feel what I'm saying? It's too much bullet for too little of a gun. You ain't gonna hit a fucking thing. I mean, shoot, ask the hundreds of people who've been shot at and ain't got hit once because the people that's shooting at them is using Dracos. You ain't gonna hit nothing with that. So, I want a full AK. Stock and all, long barrel, 7.62 by 39. If I can, I want one in original style. If not, I would say probably walnut. Walnut is great. Or what's the red? The red furniture, or plum. If I can't do wood, then the plum. That plum purple is so fucking gorgeous. Okay. I need some submachine guns from World War II. Those are some of the greatest looking guns ever. The M3 grease gun. That's my dog. Actually, no, the MP40. That's my dog. That's my favorite gun out of World War II. Okay. Then it's the grease gun. Tommy gun. Need that. Alright. It's gonna run me about $3 grand. But when I can, I will. When I can, I will, man. It's gonna cost me out of fucking pocket. But hey, sometimes you gotta cop the stuff you want. That is some World War II relics, baby. Fucking Car 98. I'm sure that's a much cheaper option. A lot of those bolt actions are dumb cheap now. Not all of them, but a healthy portion of them are fairly cheap now. Fucking, I don't know about no anti-tank rifle, though I would love that. Where in the world would you put a 40-pound rifle that's like 7 feet tall or long? I mean, where are you supposed to put that? I don't know. Would I want one? Absolutely. Shoot. There's just so many incredible looking old school guns. Mac 10s, Mac 11s. Mainly the Mac 10. Gotta have that one because it's bigger. And it's the 45. Mac 11 is the smaller one, 9mm. Not as cool looking. Uzis though. Shoot, one with the original wood stock would be sick, but that's gonna cost you well out of pocket. That's for dang sure. That's gonna be expensive. But hey, I mean, that's the thing you gotta do. You want that old school stuff, that original stuff, you know what I mean? I mean, don't get me wrong, Glocks and all that is cool, you know. But I need if I'm going with a modern day flashy type, like of course you gotta have a Glock or two. Those are so freaking reliable. They're incredibly reliable. Very modular, so if you want like a million different pieces and customizations, I mean, it dang near won't get any better than Glock. But if we talking like flashy piece, Desert Eagle all day, 50 AE, can you carry it? Yeah. Is it gonna be annoying? Oh, definitely. It's 4 pounds. Sometimes, you know, sometimes swag is more important than form. Feel what I'm saying? Would it be necessary to have a 4-pound pistol that shoots 50 caliber? Absolutely not. Do you want one? Fucking by Izmir, I need one of those. Okay, I had to go to the world of Tamriel real quick just to let you know how much I need one of those. You know what I'm saying? I need to close my window. It's mad dark, or people can see right up in here. Yeah, move that right though. Close this window real quick. I need all them joints. World War One, Two. Let me close my window real quick. It is dark and I got that joint wide open. You can see right up in here. I need all them old school heaters though, man. Some of the greatest guns of all time. And even though they're old, the thing is, they are still extremely reliable because they're war weapons. You dang near can't get much more reliable than a weapon that was built for war. Okay? They were built for war, they were built for fighting. Therefore, their allegiance to you is forever. Like an old car, you know? You pull up to an old car that's been sitting in a field for 50, 60, 70 years. Will it start up? Probably. Probably. There's a good chance that it will. There's a good chance that it will. A lot of them old joints can run you fucking miles upon miles upon miles upon miles. That was back when I sounded way older than I actually am. But that was, you know, that was back when cars was made to, you know, be your workhorse. As we're now, they're made to fail on purpose so that you can pay up, pay up, pay up. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of new cars these days that could run 100,000. Well, your car better be able to do more than 100,000. If you got a car that can't do more than 100,000, fuck, you got robbed. But you know, 300, 400, 500, 600,000 miles. There's a lot of old school cars that could do that, especially if you take good care of them. Now, of course, if you're taking bad care of a car, I don't care if it's fucking the sturdiest car in the world. If you're just not taking any good care of it, it's gonna trash. It's gonna trash regardless of how reliable it is. Only is she still got that dang hand joint? I thought I took that off. I take this off of all my characters. They're all models, you know what I mean? Not even Melv got that, and he a thug. He a super thug. He might be a little bit more thuggy than a OGV, but even he ain't got it. He got a Glock. That's all he need, and Glock we trust. You know what I mean? Fully automatic. That character is definitely all my hood characters are definitely more on the YN types. Some more than others, but a lot of these fools is YN types. Not this lady. She is straight Southern Belle, straight country. She don't pull no weapons and she don't do no fighting. But at the same time, like a lot of country folks, you know, they were raised on farms. They got that farm scrimp. Got that farm scrimp. You gotta be careful with some of them fools with them dang farm scrimps. Some people are just strong as fuck. All they eat is raw food, beans, rice, chickens, porks, beefs. You know what I mean? No fake food anywhere to be found. Cornbreads and stuff like that. So they got them real muscles. They got them real muscles. Not no fucking I eat healthy and with a little bit of snacking here and there. No, rice, beans, chickens, porks, beefs, cornbread. That real southern food. Got that farm strength. Some of them fools out there, you be like, dang, how you so dang strong if you don't exercise? Like, yeah, cause I was raised on a farm. It's them farm muscles. They lifting weight in a different way, in a dangerous way. Probably shouldn't try to fight that guy type of way. I'm saying the way they gotta lift stuff up is a whole lot different from actual. I mean, of course, don't pull up on some big dude who bench pressing 500 pounds. It won't make a difference at that dang point. 3, 4, 500-pound bench press. Therefore, he's strong. It's just a different kind of strength. Farm strength is a different kind of strength. Don't get it twisted though. A fool that lifts weights is definitely strong. It's just a different kind of strength. Like them big fools, they don't never lift a weight in their life, but they're, you know, when you're constantly carrying 300 pounds, you will have a very strong back and strong legs. I was watching this video mad years ago. This little white dude was trying to fight this big white dude. Both Italians, I'm pretty sure, because they were both, had heavy Jersey accents, wearing, Hawaiian shirts. You only see that type of crap in Jersey. Now, the little dude, right? I mean, he wasn't little. He was probably like 170, 180. So, pretty normal. The problem is, this fool made the mistake of fighting a fat dude that had the gorilla build, okay? You got two different types of big people. You got big people who are big because, you know, they might, you know, be enjoying food a little bit more than the next man. And you got big people who are big because they enjoy more food than the next man, but they're also lifting and moving a lot of weight. When that video started playing and they had the camera behind the big dude, this man was doing the side by side walk. Not the waddle walk, no, the side by side walk. That's where the dude is so fucking big, he has to walk side to side to ensure that he can move properly. Because this man is built like a fucking gorilla. And to no surprise whatsoever, he threw one of them big man gorilla haymakers and straight slept dude on an instant. On an instant. One punch. That's all it took. And it was not even remotely surprising. What the heck? I said supplies, and then, no, I said it right the first time, and then I said supplies trying to correct myself. I didn't say it wrong in the first place. So no surprise, that big man knocked that man out in one punch, and then that dude's friends tried to help, and guess what? They got slept too. Man was too big. He was too fucking big. You gotta know the difference between big folk and, you know, just someone who's a little heavy, you know. Big folk, don't mess around with them big folks. Okay, they the farm dudes or big gorilla built dudes, because all they do is exercise. Eat, fight, and exercise. That's it. Old fucking, who's the boxer? The giant white guy. Forgot his name. Shoot. He was whooping every dang body until he got knocked down by Francis Ngannou. He fought the Bronze Bomber. What's that man's name? I forgot that man's name too. I'm forgetting everybody's name. I don't actually watch much boxing, so I tend to be forgetting people's names. Deontay Wilder, that's the dude. Tommy Fury. No, not Tommy Fury. That's his brother. Something Fury. What the heck is his name? Mike Fury? Tyson Fury. Okay, that's right. It's Mike Tyson. That's where you got. Okay, Tyson Fury. Yeah, that big fool. Fools like him. Big dudes, they got way more muscle than you pay attention to. And when you wake up all on the ground, it's like, dang, what happened? Your homeboy's like, well, the big fool you try to fight put you to sleep. That big gorilla fool, man. He threw the wildest haymaker, slept that man instantly, and then slept his friend and almost slept his other friend. Till he was smart enough to back off. It's like, okay, you're not winning. This man's like 290, throwing some solid punches. Just back off. Leave that man alone. Leave that man alone. If you end up sleep just like your homeboys, I know you trying to fight back. You know that's your friends. Hey, start problems. You gotta that person's gonna finish the problems, and that's exactly what that was. I'm definitely not. I ain't sleeping on no gym folk. A gym folk. I mean, I would know. I am quite strong for my size. I mean, I'm not a large person at all. I know my voice might give that off. I'm not a large person, but one of my favorite activities, exercise. I just enjoy good exercising. That's more than likely what I'm gonna do tonight before I go to sleep. Is a whole lot of exercising. Helps me fall asleep too, because I got too much dang energy, so I gotta burn off energy. They say you shouldn't sleep before you shouldn't exercise before you go to sleep, but I'm like, how's that possible? Exercise, shoot, that burns your energy. I'll be tired as fuck after I exercise. I lay down in the bed and I just melt away, baby. When I got too much energy, I can't sleep for crap. You know, I still have a ton of energy. That's like now. I don't y'all probably can't tell because I'm still fairly close to the mic, but I've been moving around this whole dang time. I just got too much energy. I gotta burn it off, you know, and otherwise I can't sleep. But that farm strength, that's a whole different thing. You're moving weight in odd ways. You're picking up these dang hay bales, and you might be, some people load them on their back. If you're big enough, you load them on your shoulders. I mean, and then you gotta toss the crap. Now, back in the day, I don't know about today, but they had them big old grain trucks. Them grain trucks was tall as fuck. So you gotta lift that crap into the grain truck or walk it up into the grain truck. I don't know about grain trucks nowadays. I'm sure they're a lot smaller because back then things were very weird. Like 4x4 trucks were tall as fuck for no reason. Even if it could have been something as big as a dang Ford F600, and for some reason it'd still be like 6 feet off the dang ground for no reason. Like, this truck is big enough. Y'all just had to go ahead and make it even bigger, huh? And them old grain trucks were huge. I guess I can't say huge because medium duty trucks never really changed too much in size. It's just they were so dang tall. A 4x4 medium duty truck was tall as fuck compared to today. But then again, all-wheel drive really wasn't much of a thing yet. 4x4 was much more primitive, but also extremely reliable. So, but imagine that, you got to carry this massive hay bale into a truck that's like 5 feet off the dang ground. Not literally, but you know, a healthy amount of distance off the ground. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find something real quick, because we chilling real quick. We're almost done with the photos anyway, so let me see. 1968 Ford, what did I say? F600? 4x4. Look how tall these dang things are, man. And this is completely stock. What I'm about to show you is completely stock. I'm gonna find one that's straight stock. These were more like the logger trucks too, but even the grain trucks were ridiculous. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this one's more of a logger, but the grain trucks weren't too much different. What I'm about to show you is pretty much goes the same for the grain trucks. Look at this crap, man. You know it's stock because it's rusty as fuck. This is how 4x4s used to be. This, like I said, is a much more primitive form of technology, so when it comes to old school 4x4s, they kind of had to have them off the ground real high in order to fit, you know, all that came with old school 4x4s. Look at this crap, man. Look how high this is. Now imagine you trying to load some crap. You gotta load it on the back of this dang thing. Look how high up that bullcrap is off the ground, man. Look at that bullcrap, dude. You gotta walk these hay bales up this behemoth of a truck. They typically wouldn't be crew cabs, but I guess it depends on what you ordered. I mean, the cab doesn't really make a difference. It's depending on if you had a 4x4. Now, I'm sure a lot of people didn't really get 4x4s because that's more expensive. But I mean, even without the 4x4, there's still really large trucks. Now you gotta walk up and down this dang thing with these hay bales and stuff. I don't know, like 100%. I ain't never been on a farm in my life. I live in a dang desert. There's not a whole lot of farms out here. But man, shoot, that farm strength is on some other crap, dude. Farm strength ain't no joke. Oh shoot, I messed up the light and I didn't even change the light. She got mad shadow on her shoulder. Actually, it's not that big. That farm strength is no joke, though. You know what I mean? That was serious. Dang, I'm starving. It has now been 7 hours since my last meal. Why? Because I decided to start a stream without realizing that I have not eaten. I ate breakfast. I ate breakfast and that was it. And I only got to eat half of that breakfast because one of the eggs was bad, so my eggs was tasting like crap, so I didn't even fully eat them. I ain't fully eat my eggs, man. He is in the ground too much. Lift her up. Oh, direction. Or up this way. Oh, wrong way. And that puts her hands in the dirt, in the sand, perfectly. That's another reason why I've been chilling out on some of my exercise notes. My eating habits have not been as good. Last thing you want to do is calisthenics on an empty stomach. That's how you rip something. How you rip something. I'm gonna get back into it though. I missed that strength I had. That strength I had was just too amazing. I mean, I'm still strong for my size, but not nearly as strong as I used to be. I was benching 225 at just 135 pounds. You know how hard that is to pull off? That's some crap right there, and I was doing that. I'm so dang busy just trying to make sure I get the content back in with y'all. Of course, making sure that I can keep it healthy and all that. Last thing, like I said, last thing you should be doing is calisthenics. High amount of push-ups with practically no food in your stomach. Not that that's something that happens often. It's just right now I was supposed to, but I completely forgot to eat lunch. I'm gonna make dinner after. A nice, big, healthy, hearty dinner. Then I'm gonna get my exercise on. Probably record a little bit of Call of Duty. They got a new joint on Black Ops 6 Zombies. Shatterblast is back from Cold War, and I want to see if it's any good. All right, one last pose. What should we do? One last pose. What should we do? Actually, let's do a seated pose. I feel like we didn't do any seated pose. She on the beach and she ain't sat down in the sand not once. What kind of crap is that? Usually when you go to the beach, you know, it's to enjoy the sand and whatnot. Unless, of course, it's stupidly hot, then there's not a whole lot to enjoy with hot sand. Quite painful. I would know. I live in a desert. Hot sand is no fun. It's pretty fucking painful, actually. Get a million individual grains of hot and heated sand, just shredding you up, just shredding you up. It ain't no good. It ain't no good. But this is Cali. The sand more than likely ain't that hot, unless, well, certain parts of Cali. Certain parts of Cali definitely get hot. Certain parts of Cali will have you surprised. We're always talking about the constantly great weather in Cali. Not everywhere. Not everywhere. Some places, shoot, Fresno, and shoot, it dang near get as hot as Vegas. Not all the time. Definitely not all the time, and definitely not close. Vegas can easily see up to 118, and that can happen on a daily basis. Arizona can get up to like 120, 121 on a daily basis. Fresno, I think Fresno might pull like 105-ish, 106, maybe 110. But I don't think it's like super common. I'm not 100% sure though. I ain't from Fresno. Just, let me see. Fresno, California. Fresno saw 86 today, so not bad. It saw 80. It saw 100 yesterday, and that's it. And it'll sit about the 80s to 90s, and then it might go back up to 100. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That's pretty hot, but it ain't no Vegas or Arizona. Vegas and Arizona's on another level, especially Arizona. Goodness gracious. All right, boom. That's a full 10 of a bunch of great looking photos. That's a full 40 if we count everything we've done toward the in this whole string. All these is heat. All these, you know what? I might keep that hairstyle in Mexico because it's actually pretty nice looking on her. Ferrari came out nice. OGV's photos came out nice. Everybody's joints is heat. With that being said, my good peoples, I need to make me something to eat. It's been 7 hours since my last meal. I have more than enough food that I could eat, and I didn't. I forgot. Instead, I decided to live stream. Now I'm sitting here hungry as fuck, but we had to get it done. You know what I mean? Dedication, you know. More like I was bored and didn't have much else to do, so I figured, you know, I'd give y'all a quick live stream. Hold on, let me give these fools a disease to work real quick. Yeah. Look at them, man. They can't handle the contagion, baby. Take that scalp while we at it real quick. Take that scalp real quick. Look here, my good peoples. I need to make me something to eat. I'm fucking hungry. If I'm not doing anything tomorrow, I probably will end up streaming. Because, you know, I ain't doing nothing. Or may as well, right? So, you'll probably see that. You know, I've realized it's quite cold here in Night City because you see this a lot. So Night City is actually pretty chilly. At least within the time frame we're in right now. But with that being said, yeah, I mean, it's been your boy, Shiton Legendary. If you enjoyed the stream, that's good. If you didn't, that's good. You watched it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, share with your peoples. You know what I mean? Join the Legendary Clan. I did recently open up some memberships. So you can check that out if you want. Of course, it's not, you ain't got to join if you don't want to. But if you want to check it out, you can go ahead and do that. Got little custom emojis, little ranks and stuff and all that cool stuff. You get to see videos early and whatnot. But anyways, we did a lot of great photos. 40 total here. Why did she pull her weapon back out? Put that away. Matter of fact, let me see that Desert Eagle real quick though. So, hey, if you want to do that, make sure you go ahead and do that. If you don't want to do that, that's perfectly fine. Make sure you hit that subscribe button though. If you ain't subscribed, or if you're watching this after the stream, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's late, so I'm gonna say good night to y'all. You know what I mean? Good night, my good peoples. Like I said, I might stream tomorrow, hopefully earlier, depending if I ain't got nothing. If, like I said, if I ain't doing nothing. But with that being said, I'm out of here.